Boop, 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 boop. Okay. All right. Oh my god, I'm fucking blanking out. What is it called? Fighting Lair soundtrack. All right. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a goddamn dumbass. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm gonna go over a fucking Mayo video again. This time a Mayo hater video. Let me jump on voice. I was doing this. I was doing this solo. I was watching this fucking shit solo. I'm like, might as well fucking stream this because I'm literally wasting my time for no fucking reason. So might as well just go over this. Maybe figure out if I can make some interesting points. Probably not, but you know. Let me reset chat. I don't even know if anyone's gonna watch. Hopefully not. Hopefully, hopefully not. Maybe I'll get some game dev done later on as well. We'll see.
What bird is shit?
Who is Mayo? Under the Mayo, a reviewer. He, I went over a bunch of his videos with Mark, and it bothered me for some reason. Like, the videos had something there. You know, they had some content. It's just very buried in a lot of inconsistencies and a lot of like confusion and like frustrating points. So I'm gonna see if I can figure it out by watching a hater video.
Ernie, I am not.
Why am I doing this? I literally have no fucking idea. It's just like I'm compelled to do it because I'm a fucking idiot.
I'm not shit.
Yes, you are, Bert. You're shit, Bert.
All right, we're going
Bert.
with 1.5.
Bert is
What? All right, dude.
This is perhaps the worst video that I'm ever going to respond to. As if the one boom was bad enough, Under the Mayo has sunk into an entire new low. His video on style meters in video games is one of the most contradictory, hypocritical, and asinine videos I have ever witnessed. This will show you that he lacks the ability to
Oh, come on. There's worse videos out there. I feel like you listen to the average reviewer for long enough, and they'll be a lot more contradictory, or you know, the same level of contradictory and incoherent. It's just, you know, since they're not being critical of anything with a dare I say passionate fan base, people don't really pay attention to that shit.
search. He has double standards, and he's a walking contradiction. This video is so bad that
Me when 2 girls 1 cup versus the Mayo rent. What? I don't know what the fuck that is, but okay, that's some fucking evil shit you're writing, brother.
I took literal notes on it. So in order to completely debunk all of Mayo's retarded takes
Literal notes. I should take notes as well, but I won't because I'm fucking lazy.
on style meters in
and
video
stupid.
games, I'll be going over them one by one. This video will be responding to all his takes on the 6 video games he talks about, but the vast majority of this video is focused on his takes on Devil May Cry 5 and Ultra Kill, because my god, his points on these 2 games are baffling. Though, I think I've said enough for this.
I don't know enough about Devil May Cry 5 and Ultra Kill to really talk about them, but I am excited about fucking Bayonetta, Ninja Gaiden, and Streets of Rage 4, I suppose.
Let's just jump straight into the equivalent of Chernobyl's reactor.
The main focus of my channel is gameplay. I do care about the other stuff, but you'll notice that a lot of my videos will only briefly touch on things like visuals, music, story, and all the stuff that isn't directly tied to how the game feels to play.
And if you did the slightest bit of research, you would know that Devil May Cry 5 uses dynamic music based on how good you play the game.
Already starting with a fucking snipe. Hell yeah, dude.
That's why I generally don't call my videos reviews. I'm not here to examine every aspect of the game
There's a fucking grudge here. There's history.
equally.
Normally this would be an okay thing, just reviewing something based on what you care about, but once we dive deeper into this video, then we'll see why his way of reviewing things is flawed.
I'm not going to play a game on multiple consoles to check the performance. I'm here to talk about what I care about, what's most important to me. And when I play a new game, I want it to show me what it's all about. Those first hours of playing are all about feeling out what my options
Okay, no, you know what? I'm actually am gonna take notes because I feel like that's the only way to keep track of the videos, because they're very They're very confusing. They're very hard to follow. Okay, so this is very fucking important. Mayo values first time playthrough the most.
Are how systems work, what the game's asking me to do, what's important and what's not. And maybe it turns out to be something I don't personally.
Okay, so wants to learn the game. Okay, learn enough of a game's mechanics on a first run. Message redacted. Alright, Jesus, what the fuck? I didn't touch that. I didn't fucking touch that. Okay, so values for first time playthrough the most, wants to learn enough of a game's mechanics on the first run. He does not care about scoring or ranking inherently. Does not value scoring, ranking inherently. Hey Mingo, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm covering a Mayo response video because I was fucking watching it solo, and I figured, might as well respond on stream, right? Okay, so values first time playthrough the most, wants to learn enough of a game's mechanics on a first run, does not value scoring ranking inherently, thinks they are arbitrary by default. Wants to. Okay, so wants the first playthrough to be challenging enough that that the scoring should be like that the scoring is motivating. I suppose that's one of the points that I'm confused about. I don't think he actually cares about playing for score. My bad, dude. I meant like if that's the worst video you've seen, there's far worse. Delete the comment. There are worse videos, yeah, but we're not. I think he's talking about like reviews. Still though, right? I feel like people don't criticize the average reviewer with this much of with this much passion. Do you know about Alamone? He made a rebuttal video to Mark's X Arcadia review. Yeah, I think I watched that. I didn't. I don't fucking care about the Exa stuff. I do not care about the pro side or the anti side. I don't like the Exa. I think it's just like a sinking ship that they're desperately trying to keep it afloat, even though it's pretty much doomed to fail. So whatever. Wants the first playthrough to be challenging enough. Okay, so the point of confusion with Mayo with me is I don't know if he wants to play for score. I don't know if he wants like survival to naturally lead into score, or does he want to play for like style ranking, or does he just want to play for survival and get style ranking naturally as he gets better at survival? Like that's the big point of confusion here. Okay, so let me write that down actually. Doesn't want to play for score. Doesn't want to. Hey, Kirill and Tank Theta. Yeah, we're going with Mayo. I don't know if you know what he wants. Yeah, that's the big thing I'm guessing. But the problem is I don't know if anyone knows what they want when it comes to ranking and scoring systems. That's the big problem, right? Doesn't want to. Okay. Does he want to Does he want to play for score? Does he want to play for rank? I don't think he does want to play for either for any one of those. Does he want scoring to represent his in-game skill, or is he okay with it being like a separate system that you work on past the point of? He wants score and survivals to play well together. He doesn't understand going for score is risky. Yeah, that's the big problem. Well, I mean. It doesn't have to be, right? You can have I was talking about that with Mark yesterday. You can have survival that naturally leads into score. The problem is it's a style of scoring, but I'm not sure if he cares about score as like a thing. Okay, let me put that question mark. Does he questions? Does he want survival to lead naturally into scoring? Does he care about scoring overall? Does he think scoring is just there to lead you into good survival play? question. Okay. Scoring. Yeah, I think there's a lot of conflation going on between scoring and ranking systems as well, because they're not the same. They are definitely not the same. He doesn't understand that games can be different, kind of like how all of you hate moving games. Hey, true though. All of us, the fucking YouTube thing. Yeah, sure, whatever.
Enjoy.
I'll let
but
that
I can
slide.
respect when a game is well made, even if it's not for me. I like when a game asks me to learn how to play it, punishing me for ignoring its systems. Reward.
Hey, do you think I could make a scoring system that favors raw with brutality? There's sort of the idea I'm feeling with my game. Well, you're saying raw brutality. What the fuck does that mean? Because I don't know what it actually means, brutality. I think you need to actually think about what the formal version of brutality, quote unquote, means, and then you'll actually have incentives. Because is brutality quick kills? Is brutality like slow torture? What does that mean? If you want quick kills, then caravan style systems are really good. I don't know. Just ask yourself what brutality means, how you define it.
Me for playing well,
which can literally be applied to all the games you're talking about.
And offering a deeper level of engagement once the learning period has passed.
Why are you using Mortal Kombat 9 as B-roll? Contextually speaking, if you want to use B-roll for a game, then you should use the right games for that. It just seems as though you're putting in B-roll for the sake of B-roll, rather than use the correct footage that fits the context of what exactly you're talking about.
What? Wait, hold on. Maybe I'm not understanding B-roll correctly. Isn't B-roll literally like B-roll describes all the footage that isn't the main action? Yeah, isn't B-roll literally the opposite of that? Like the way I understand B-roll is the shit you play when you don't have anything to show off, which can literally be anything. I don't know. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. But I just feel like if you're gonna be pedantic, you got to be really on point with your pedantry. Maybe Mayo is so far ahead of us all that when we listen, we think it's confusing. Yeah, maybe. I mean, extremely high aggression, overkilling, constant pressure. Oh yeah, but see, like that's the conflict. That's the big question. Do you want overkilling or do you want speed, like in terms of aggression? Because overkilling is something like Raiden 4 overkill, the literal overkill system, where you blast the enemy's corpse. So the way I would imagine it working in, let's say, a first-person shooter is you kill an enemy, then you have to like shoot off all his limbs. And that's distinct. That's like the opposite of something like quick kill based, where the goal is to kill shit as quickly as possible. So it's very ambiguous, right? Oh, say I remember this part of the video. He was talking about how here Mayo was talking about how he wants the first playthrough is basically the king, so he wants the game to show everything, or not everything, but like a substantial amount on the first playthrough, and then scoring is just one potential way of achieving that. And he also threw in like the whole every game is broken cliche. And he's just skipping past this. Come on, dude. There's actually, I feel like this is like the thesis statement. Without this, I don't even know what the fucking Mayo is saying yet, but I feel like this is very important in terms of his general argument. More so than the specific examples he's going to bring up, but let's see. You know what? I'm going to listen to this. I'm going to listen to this in the original video. Mayo style.
Any game can be broken with enough knowledge and playtime. Some games are broken much sooner than others. But I think what's important is that the game at least make an effort to show you the benefits of engaging with its interesting systems, so that when you do get to the point where you're good enough to break the game, you love the system.
Okay. So his point is this. I think his point is this. Scoring is just one way of kind of like showing you what is there in the game. For example, difficulty is one way to like get you to play correctly. Scoring is another way to play it correctly, and he's like juxtaposing them as different solutions to the same problem. And the question is like, how do you get the player to play the game correctly?
So much that you choose not to ignore them in favor.
Okay, let me write that down. I think he's getting this from the Fun Zone, Hugo Martin's. Any game can be broken with enough time. I hate that shit because some game breaks are so esoteric and obviously outside normal means that it's really silly. Well, it's not even that. Some games just can't be broken, or we don't know that they can be broken. You can't just like literally say that, right? Like we don't know if Diojo will eventually be broken or not. Maybe it will be, maybe it won't be. And and it kind of flattens everything. I complained about this on fucking Twitter of all places, where by saying any game can be broken, you're kind of flattening the whole space, and games that actually resist breaking, actually resist you trying to break them, aren't any more, don't have any advantages over fucking games that can be broken really obviously. Why do you stream so late? It's fucking 6 a.m. for me. What do you mean? Just get in my time zone, bro. Get on my level. Okay. But I think that's a bit of a distracting point. That is its own can of worms. The scoring is a bad way to incentivize the players to play correctly. Okay. Well, here, I feel like if this is I feel like if this is what he's saying, the problem is that he's kind of baking his fucking conclusion into the premise. What is the premise? Does style matter? Yeah, I feel like the conclusion is baked into his premise, so he's starting like, scoring is bad. It just doesn't matter. I mean, I know that he doesn't care about it, but like, alright. Like, how would you get him to care about the scoring? Is the question, I suppose.
Of playing in a dumb, broken way that exploits the game's faults. If a game has done its job, your first playthrough will make you want to play the game better, not worse. The most important playthrough is the first one. Most people only play a game one time anyway, and even then, a lot of them don't finish the game. The first playthrough bears a lot of responsibility for impressing the player, because really, the experience of playing a game once and not really liking it, and then replaying it to eventually discover that you do like it, is not very common compared to all the...
Okay, yeah, this is something I complain about when I watch this with Mark. It's just fucking ridiculous. You can't just have the standard. I mean, you obviously can have the standard, but like, you're a fucking critic. You're a critic. It's your job to find something interesting and sell it to people to some extent. It's your job to like if you're not like finding something interesting in games as a critic, you're literally just not providing any interesting or unique content. You are basically, well, you are making content. You're not making like it's not. You reduce criticism, which is an art form, to just like a basic, non-generative pandering. I don't know. I think he doesn't care because he has a gene that makes him not care, or he hasn't played an actual... Well, it doesn't matter why he doesn't care. It's just like, if he's gonna adapt that standard, I feel like there should be like some introspection, like why don't I care, and how could I care, right? What would the game have to do to actually make me care about scoring for its own sake, not for the sake of getting you to play correctly, whatever it means, but to, because I feel like there's a problem. This is the problem with conflating style with scoring, because they are not the same. Scoring is the end point. Style is not the end point. Stylistic style meters are a nudge. They're meant to get you somewhere. So, for example, you can have a style meter that okay, a good fucking style meters are very low, have very low caps. So, for example, in Bayonetta, if you want to get pure platinums, it's really easy. If you want to get scores, you actually have to think about it. You have to plan shit out. You have to route a little bit, you know. Pure platinums are literally just like fucking use Pulley's butterfly. Well, I mean, it depends on what exactly you're pure platinum in, but you know, like it's not. It has a very low cap. Once you reach that cap, there's nowhere to go. And the fact that they're being conflated this directly just makes it very confusing to follow. But I think he views scoring in general as a nudge. So yeah, scoring is a bad way to intern. Style and scoring are both nudges, even though they're not. I don't know if this is going to be coherent or not, these fucking nodes, but let's see if I can figure something out here.
the people that simply won't give it a second chance. The stronger your first playthrough is, the more likely it is that the player will become a fan of your game, recommend it to others, replay it, and possibly even learn to master it. So what does this have to do with style meters? Well, of all the ways to...
Yeah, another big problem with his criticism of style meters is that, or rather his approach, is that it's very, like, it doesn't really, it's not like a scathing criticism of the games. I feel like if you actually put it down on paper and be like, okay, what is he saying? What is his big criticism? His big criticism is literally like, the first playthrough is kind of shitty at teaching you the fun points of the game, which, I mean, it's a problem. It's clearly a problem, but it's not a critical problem, I don't think. Are you making a video response or just this stream? No, I'm just, like I said, look at the fucking title of the stream. I'm a dumbass. I'm literally wasting my time with this. There's no reason I'm doing this. Maybe I should make a fucking video response, but the problem is, the thing that annoys me is that all these response videos, they go really hard at him, not because he's inconsistent, or, you know, like hypocritical, or his videos don't make a good point. Because if you look at any reviewer under the sun, under that level of scrutiny, the vast majority of them will not fucking pass. Like, you look at IGN reviews for consistency, they're gonna get mad. You look at the average reviewer for consistency, they're not gonna make the cut. But the fact, people get annoyed not because Mayo's like inconsistent, but because he has a very stubborn, like, specific taste. So there's like a whole hate wagon. Even though he is inconsistent. I mean, yesterday we were watching his Resident Evil 4 video, and he was fucking saying that Resident Evil 4's headshots are not inconsistent. They're just like a range of probability. So I don't know. Style's the short-term goal incentive. Scoring is the long-term incentive. Exactly. Scoring is like an end, not a means. Alright.
Encourage players to experiment with your mechanics and play in a fun, interesting way. I think a style meter is by far the worst. I'm not against style meters.
Yeah, this is where he says, like, it's a really bad way to incentivize the players to play correctly.
And rankings and scoring systems, but they should not be a straight-up substitute for good games.
Okay, so he kind of like, this is his conclusion, essentially. That's the problem, right? So, score... And he doesn't explain why. Why is it the worst? Let's see. Maybe he does actually. I missed it.
Now, good gameplay is hard to define, especially when so many different types of games exist.
Yeah, he doesn't...
And people like different things. But generally, engaging in a game's systems should be important for continuing forward in the game. Many things like level design, enemy intelligence, coordination...
Yeah, here's the problem. He says that it's bad, that's his premise, and he doesn't explain why it's bad exactly, besides just his preferences. Okay, let's see.
Well, of all the ways to encourage players to experiment with your mechanics and play in a fun, interesting way, I think a style meter is by far the worst. I'm not against style meters and rankings and scoring systems, but they should not be a straight-up substitute for good gameplay.
He's acting as if the style meter by itself is the sole purpose on why people replay games like the...
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think he's correct. I think games need really solid, like, basic mechanics. I found your channel yesterday and learned more about shmups from you than anywhere else. Oh, thanks. That's really cool to hear. Have you seen the Electric Underground, the channel? Because that's another channel which will fucking shmup pill you a little bit, you know? Okay, let's see.
And scoring systems, but they should not be a straight-up substitute for good gameplay.
He's acting as if the style meter by itself is the sole purpose on why people replay games like DMC5, but that's only a part of it. The style meter is not a substitute for good gameplay, like you say. It's the...
Yeah, it's a nudge. It's not the end point. That's exactly the central conflict, I feel.
Cherry on top. The style meter is there for you to feel good.
Yeah, see, well, it's not the cherry on top. How do I even describe it? It's like, well, the nudge is like the perfect example. It's not like the fucking final ingredient. It's just something that nudges you towards the final ingredient, I suppose. Does seem like he prefers survival straight up, like using game design to actually get the player to engage with. Yeah, I mean that's fine. I don't mind that point of it. Like if he really popped through that position, I would really respect it. In fact, because Mark has that position in a lot of ways.
achieve the highest rank. It's a psychological mechanic where it will give people a dopamine rush, and due to that, they'll attempt to maintain their style and play better, and once they do, the game rewards you for it. Kinda like...
See, this is the wording here is tricky because the game might reward you, but then how do I put this? Okay, I think this is the problem. I think he's running into the same trap as Mayo, where we're now, because he said this, that the game will reward you. He has to kind of come up with like formal rewards for playing better. All right, let me actually write that down. So. Scoring nudges you towards a good play style. Good play style rewards you somehow. Tangibly. All right, let's see.
DMC.
He's just wording it badly. That's exactly why I don't dislike Mayo's videos as much as I probably should, because I feel like he has a point. He just hasn't fucking figured it out properly yet.
5 and Bayonetta and God of War. But no, let's not talk about that. Let's complain about a non-issue instead.
Now, good gameplay is hard to define, especially when so many different types of games exist, and people like different things. But generally, engaging in a game's systems should be important for continuing forward in the game.
Okay, and style meters literally do just that.
No. They do not do just that. They should I fucking take notes on this guy as well. Style meters do not do that. It's tricky, right? Because if the point of the game is scoring, I was talking about this yesterday. You take pinball. The whole point of the game is scoring. That's how you advance the game. If you hold the ball with your flipper, you're not surviving. You're not advancing the game. It's the equivalent of pausing the game. So yeah, so you have like the problem of I think Mayo's pointing out that the style meter needs to, just actually, the game's progress needs to be fucking gated behind the style meter. Like, for example, one of the things I have, one of the kind of like minor criticism I have of Ultra Kill is that it doesn't gate your progress behind style for the most part. You can just complete levels with a really shitty style meter and just get by. And it feels weird because like a lot of games like this, like Dust Force, actually do gate your progression behind scores, and because they're based around that kind of perfectionist playthroughs. But Ultra Kill doesn't, so I don't know. I guess it's a trade-off though. One day we're gonna get the style and scoring matter feat Actane, Boghawk, and under the Mayo Electric Underground. The fucking Under the Mayo Electric Underground collab needs to happen. I feel like Mayo would learn from it. I don't think Mayo scripts much. It gives me those vibes. The theory I have with Mark is that he plays a game, takes notes, and then just kind of like goes through the notes in the videos. Like he has notes, but he doesn't really like connect them into a broader point. But because something you'll notice in his videos is he'll describe his experience with, for example, easy mode. He'll be like, I felt like I mashed buttons mash buttons, get away with it. And then he'll just switch tunes like halfway through. He's like, but then I played hard mode and all of my criticisms don't apply there at all. And then you think, okay, then why fucking add the complaint about normal mode or easy mode or whatever, right? So he has like this let's play approach to fucking reviewing, which is really frustrating. Game design lingo: spine is everything needed to win. Golden path is path of least resistance, or the most reward. I think you're fucking complicating it though. That's the problem. I agree with you, Bughog. Being critics of video games, a video game reviewer is very hard to do because many critics and YouTubers not know how to do a review of action games without doing gameplay density. Gameplay density is really good, yeah. People know it's basically slow meter moves. Golden path for players that are motivated by. All right, see, now I don't know what the fuck you're saying because it's really. I have to like look back to what you just said early on to figure out what the fuck you're saying. I have to like fucking consult the dictionary, right? Okay, let me move on.
Style meters are there for feedback on how well you're playing, and, in most cases, they reward you for it. For example, in Ultra Kill, the more risks you take and the more unique moves you use against enemies, the more points you get and the higher your rank goes. In DMC5, if you consistently get a very high rank...
Okay, the more points you get, the higher your rank goes. Yeah, but see, the problem is that it's not gated, like the progression isn't gated, and you don't really... I think you do unlock some stuff for... I haven't played Ultra Kill enough yet. I think you unlock some stuff, but it's not a very ever-present element of the gameplay.
The game gives you more orbs, so how is that not a good way of engaging players into their game system to keep playing?
Many things like level design,
Oh, indeed.
enemy intelligence, coordination...
Hey, Sora. I'm okay with progression not being gated behind it. Scoring is meant to more represent mastery, rather. But in Ultra Kill, I don't think it's supposed to represent mastery. I think it's supposed to represent like an average baseline that you reach. Because you can score further than P ranks. You can speedrun. You can score further than P ranks. It's just, you know, P ranks are not very high. Well, at least the ones I got so far, which is up to like, I don't fucking even know. Just up to the second world's second layer or some shit, or like somewhere into the second layer. So far, the skill ceiling on the ranks has been really, really low. So I think the idea isn't like, oh, this is like a mastery thing. I think the idea is that the average player will try to go for them, because that's like the intended way to play the game, right?
Resource management, strategy planning, experimentation, accuracy, quick reactions, multitasking, communication, and all kinds of decision-making contribute to the gameplay experience of many of the best games in all genres.
All of those points are literally present in DMC5 and Ultra Kill. I mean, for fuck's sake, Ultra Kill literally rewards you for using different types of moves like the Ultra Ricochet, where you shoot at a coin with the railgun.
In the worst case of style meter implementation, you would have a game where absolutely nothing matters.
See, now it's already getting confusing. Because what does he mean by reward? Score? Does he mean progression? Does he mean like it's balanced? It has more DPS? You know, fuck, it's so fucking frustrating listening to this kind of stuff. Because people don't fucking clarify it very well. And of course, the part of the blame is on Mayo, because he also jumps around a lot. And it's very hard to respond to his points.
Except for the style meter. You'd have a game where you could mindlessly hit any button you want.
Okay. Mindless mashing, no consequences. So, no style incentive through combat or XP gain. So there's no point of score. There's no point to score. Mindless mashing, no consequences. Like you can mash and just win. The only incentive is through the score system, I guess. The style meter ranking system is arbitrary. Okay, this is I watched the original video, and this is like a big problem because he does not define arbitrary or even talk about what arbitrary consists of. Because like what arbitrary means what? We even had an argument with Mark last time because we have different ideas of arbitrary. He has like a arbitrary to him is kind of like an unfocused scoring system. Like for example, I guess he would say Bayonetta's if he played more Bayonetta. He's very unfocused. He doesn't know what to do. To him, something like Dodonpachi just preventing you from bombing when you play for score is not arbitrary because it's a very clear, like a clear direction from the developers. For me, arbitrary means that it doesn't jive well with the natural mechanics of the game, like the survival mechanics. So on survival, you can bomb at any point, and it doesn't punish you for that in any way. But then suddenly, when you play for score, there's like this sudden shift in what the game actually is, and as a result, the scoring system feels arbitrary, I think. But I suppose, but then makes the argument of locking progression behind scoring seem a bit off. I think only very few games could really handle. Oh shit! Hold on. Could handle scoring progression lockoffs without frustrations. Well, yeah, the problem is I don't care about frustration, so never fucking listen to anything I'm saying. But think about N++, think about Trackmania, think about Dust Force. Like all those games lock progression behind score. You need to get decent ranks to like get keys or like level unlocks. And they do fine, I think. They are difficult and frustrating, so...
There would be little to no consequence for bad decision-making.
Alright, hold on, let me simplify this a little bit. Alright, so... A bad scoring to him is his idea of bad scoring is Wait. Is this even scoring? Is he judging scoring or is he judging the quality of the game? I feel like he's judging the quality of the game. Let me rewind a bit. Actually, let me check his own video. All right, so.
Resource management, strategy planning, experimentation, accuracy, quick reactions, multitasking, communication, and all kinds of decision making contribute to the gameplay experience of many of the best games in all genres. In the worst case of style meter implementation, you...
Style, okay, so bad style okay. Bad scoring implementation. Mindless mashing, no consequences. That's not... This is already fucking hard to follow. Hey, fucking Stray Cat. It continues indeed. It continues indeed. Okay, so Mayo's idea of bad scoring implementation. It is, guys, fucking, it's so hard to fucking, I'm playing fucking Trauma Center real time here, juggling the fucking chat and the points and the fucking notepad. Hell yeah, dude. Alright, Mayo's idea of bad scoring implementation. Alright, so this, mindless mashing, no consequences. This isn't, okay, so I think this is, gonna cause a lot of confusion, because here, he's not talking about the scoring implementation, but he's talking about the basic mechanics of the game. Like, if you can mash normally, then it's like, it's just bad game design. It's not a bad scoring design necessarily. Alright, so. No extrinsic rewards. Or wait, no, not extrinsic rewards actually. No gameplay benefits to scoring good. Only reason to play stylishly is to style meter rank. Okay, so arbitrary. What does this mean? Alright, so I feel like he only has 1 point here. Because, alright, no gameplay benefits to scoring good. Because that covers this. No style incentive through combat or XP gain. The only reason to play stylishly is style meter. That's his main point. No gameplay benefits to scoring well. And mindless smashing, no consequences is more of a gameplay critique rather than like a scoring system critique. Or I guess no. I guess it is a scoring system critique because I feel like he wants it to be built on the main challenge of the game, I suppose, and he wants the base game challenge level to be high. All right. Built on top of the base challenge, which should be high. I'm still kind of torn if this is a criticism of scoring systems or just like a general thing. All right, let's see. Oh my god, chat. Reward and punishment are relative to player types. And rank serves to motivate moment to moment, but score serves to motivate across the gameplay segments. Dangerous. Yeah. It's a rank is a psychological thing. Score is also a psychological thing, but I think score is more formal. Its intent isn't necessarily to like manipulate the player. It's just to have like a system that offers like an infinite skill ceiling. Okay, so mindless smashing and getting high rank. I don't know if that's what he fucking means because none of these games do that. Like literally none of them. But let me add this as a note, as a potential note. I think survival model is generally more rewarding for progression. Scoring is more rewarding for those trying to master the game. But but the problem is I don't agree with the idea that scoring something like Ultra Kill P ranks is mastery. I think it really is like more of a basic thing. I don't know. Keep in mind I haven't finished it though, so maybe like if the scoring gets ridiculously difficult later on, then yeah. Though that would still, mean that the early stuff has that problem or feel. I don't know. I think he gets overwhelmed, and that's something around his mash complaints. My brain is mush right now. Oh yeah, my brain is slightly functioning right now, but I feel like not for long. I think P ranks should be harder. I don't think so, because see that's the problem. You think P ranks are for mastery, or they're like for masters. I don't think so. Like because if you make them harder, then they will. Because P ranks, I feel like they have their own learning curve. Because the early level P ranks are very easy to get, and then they're getting harder and harder. Like game difficulty would escalate. You know. And I feel like the intent there is to get the average player to do it, or like whether it's successful or not, I don't know. But I feel like the intent of the whole system is to get the average player to engage with the ranking, not like a long-term thing necessarily. Kind of like fucking what was that game called? Neon White, because Neon White is like, okay, you can technically beat the levels without the scoring, but everything around it is like trying to get you to score. It's not meant to be like a high-level optimization thing. The game wants the average player to get there, to get decent ranks. Any rank is floor for survival, but P ranks are floor for certain... okay, that's a little bit overcomplicated. General mastery, let it be smooth curve, but quite a few P ranks are a complete joke with no challenge. Well, yeah, but that's the point, right? That I feel like that's the point, like... the developer probably didn't want them to be particularly difficult. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know anything. I'm a fucking idiot. Look at the stream title. Let's go.
You would have a game where absolutely nothing matters except the style meter. You'd have a game where you could mindlessly hit any button you want, and there would...
Okay, so his problem... Yeah, see, mashing. Okay, so his problem isn't that the style meter, you can get, like, a high score. His problem is, like, the base challenge isn't high enough. Alright, so the developer should focus on scoring. So devs. Oh fuck. Okay, this is a bad one. I'm gonna add this to later. No game for benefits arbitrary. Okay. So let's see.
Would be little to no consequence for bad decision making, while engaging in the game's other options would give you a high score or ranking. In the best case of style meter implementation, you'd have a game where playing well was important to your success, and you'd come to love the...
Okay, so good implementation. A high level of challenge, encouraging of survival challenge, encouraging tactical gameplay. I need to lie down, be right back. Alright, see ya.
Interesting options due to how important they were to learn. And on top of that, there's a score or ranking...
Scoring exists. Okay. Built on top of the base challenge in a smooth way. Yes, I think that's what he means. Now, what the smooth way means, let's see.
System to give you bragging rights and unlock more features. Video games have existed for...
Okay, so... gives you unlocks gameplay benefits. Alright. This one is a bit tricky. Like, I feel like he wants to say that he wants the scoring to be like a reflection of his skill at survival gameplay. That's its purpose. Okay, so... Let me, trim down the notes a little bit. Scoring is a bad way to incentivize a player. Okay, this is a bit of a problem though, because this is looming over the whole video now. Hit song by Santana Smooth. Excuse me? True though.
Like like half a century at this point, as have scoring systems. Some of you might be old enough to remember trying to get a high score on the old arcade
See, the conflation of scoring and style is a big fucking problem.
it's at the pizza place. But even if you weren't playing with the goal of getting a high score, which I never was, you still had to play well, or else you'd have to keep popping in quarters. Playing to get a high score...
Okay, let's see the response video. Let's see Mayo epically debunked.
in the game's other options would give you a high score or ranking.
Keep this in mind when he talks about one of the games on his list that he praises.
In the best case of style meter implementation, you'd have a game where playing well was important to your success, and you'd come to love the interesting options due to how important they were to learn. And on top of that, there's a score or ranking system to give you bragging rights and unlock more features.
Jesus.
Oh shit. Yeah, Mayo, that is the best case scenario, but just wait until he begins to criticize how particular games use their style meters, and you'll see how he contradicts this point.
Video games have existed for like half a century at this point, as have scoring systems. Some of you might be old enough to remember trying to get a high score on the old arcade cabinets at the pizza place. But even if you weren't playing with the goal of getting a high score, which I never was, you still had to play well, or else you'd have to keep popping in quarters. Playing to get a high score, while playing casually, required the same skills. So...
Oh, that's not fucking true, Mayo. That is not true at all. Well, I guess as a basic prerequisite, because you can't score. Even then, like you often, for example, in Donpachi, I believe you don't have to actually clear Hibachi to get a top tier score.
Let's go way back and talk about a game that is as classic as they come. Pinball. Yeah, pinball. What is pinball?
No, fuck, he skipped it back. Well,
this could be called a style meter in a way. Playing enough pinball will eventually get you a high score. And there are lots of people even today who are extremely talented pinball players that get incredibly high scores and do unimaginably impressive tricks on different machines. But you gotta put that stuff aside and think, what is it like the first time you play pinball? When you walk up to that big machine and put a quarter in, having never played a...
But understand, he never played for score anyway, so he doesn't know the preparation for routing, right? Yeah, I think his interest in scoring is completely incidental. So, for example, if he can get good scores by just playing in a way that feels like a good play style for survival, then he feels like the scoring is good. Otherwise, it's arbitrary. I don't fucking know. But yeah, but those can drift apart very far. Survival and scoring.
Pinball machine before. What are you trying to do?
Play pinball?
Is the first thing
Oh, play pinball.
on your mind the scoring system? Are you studying the machine looking for all the bonus
see when I pause videos, I feel like these guys just like, oh, pinball, fucking stupid, like just petty, just petty.
sections and getting worried about maintaining a point multiplier?
Maybe getting under the Mayo into arcades is a mistake. I know that he will just credit feeds. No, I don't think you'll credit feed. I feel like getting into arcades will make him snap a lot of his confusing it'll snap his fucking confused opinions more into place. Like puzzle pieces a little bit.
No, of course not. You're trying to figure out how to play the game.
See, this is just you assuming that people play games the same way that you do on their first playthrough.
Yeah, this is this point by Mayo is very, very bad, because it's like you're trying to figure out how to play the game. Why can't scoring be part of that? In pinball, there's no... Well, I guess some pinball actually does have endpoints, but for the most part, you're literally trying to figure out how to score. Even your quote-unquote survival gameplay, because there's no survival, technically speaking. The only thing you can do is you can either get more points, or you can hold the fucking ball with your flippers forever. I don't know.
Sure, you could just play it casually and learn its mechanics, but you can also try to aim for that high score. Same thing applies for when you play a game for the first time. Just because you play a game for the first time, that doesn't mean you can't try to aim for a high score.
I guess he means just like flipper control and the physics of real life. I suppose, I don't know.
Why can't we do both exactly? Why can't we simultaneously learn how to play the game?
The problem there is, though, physics has internal frictions that have to be learned even if you're not failing. So let's say you... Oh, fuck. What is a good example? Okay, so let's say there's pinball, but the ball bounces if it hits the the bottom of the board. The internal frictions within the physics system will still exist. You'll still have to learn them. So whatever.
And aim for the high score. And your point on how people play for the first time just to learn how to play it, you mentioned bonus points, but according to you, you're not aiming for bonuses. That's kind of contradictory for you to say. If you play a game for the first time, wouldn't you also simultaneously aim for bonuses? I mean, bro, this analogy is so stupid.
The ball is flying everywhere, it's hard to control the trajectory when you hit it.
I don't think it's an analogy, I think he's literally just
You're figuring out
Talking about an example.
tactics like holding the ball on a single flipper and then launching it at the right angle. You're just trying not to lose so fast, because when you lose, you gotta put in another quarter.
But if the goal is to not lose so fast, why not just hold the flipper, right? Why not hold the ball with the flipper? I don't know enough about pinball. Is there like a mechanism where if you hold the ball for long enough, the flipper is like auto lock and shit? Because I don't think so, right? I don't remember such a thing happening. If the goal would be to survive, like pinball is a really, really bad example, because pinball, like, it does not have survival, and it does not have like a separation between survival and scoring in the traditional sense, I think.
That's your negative reinforcement. It's a tangible consequence. If you screw around and don't play right, you're punished by having to spend more money.
Yeah, it does punish you for screwing around. Kind of like some certain games that you criticize later in this video. But enough of that. Let's finally hear what he has to say about said games.
It's just boring and no one does it, and it's also really hard to do in pinball. Holding the ball with your flipper, couldn't you? Okay, so if it lands, couldn't you like softly raise the flipper and just hold it like that? Like, is it particularly hard? Yeah, but it is very boring, and it's very strange because pinball, like, doing that is not survival. I would say doing that is like the equivalent of pausing, because there's no progress happening in any way. With survival, that implies some kind of progress, even if it's not scoring-based progress. But with pinball, there's only scoring, so like it is literally the equivalent of pausing the game rather than surviving. You don't control the flipper's strength, though, right? You do. They're analog, right? Dude, I'm gonna sound like a fucking idiot to the pinball heads. Oh, dude, something I was watching Mark MSX's interview with that one pinball developer, Demon's Tilt, right? And he said something interesting, how pinball players have an interesting way of looking at scoring, where they see these like little incremental gains of score, chopping wood, and it's generally seen as like an undesirable thing. That you want your game to be exciting, so you go for like big combos and shit. And I found that interesting because in shmups it's like. And shmups is like a dilemma of which style to go with. These exponential systems, where it's like really exciting combos and shit, or chopping wood style systems. And I like that in pinball. I find it interesting that in pinball, these kind of chopping woods incremental systems are looked down on. I think probably the reason is that pinball is infinite, shmups are not. So like with shmups. So with shmups you can like milk, right? I don't know. I'll have to. I don't know enough about fucking the pinheads. They're not analog. Are pinball flippers not fucking analog? Hold on. Pinball flipper mechanics. Chop on wood. What do you mean? Chopping wood is like a metaphor where you kind of like chip away at your score by doing these tiny incremental gains. Like you do 100 points, 100 points, 200 points, 100 points, instead of like doing something like Donpachi chaining where you get massive score bonuses. Okay. There's no way. No. There's no way pinball flippers are not analog. I haven't played much pinball, but I've played some, and there's no fucking way that they're not analog. Because I remember you can do it really slowly. You can like lift them up really slow. Hold on. Maybe they're not. Huh. Okay. Okay, guess they're not analog. All right, okay, fair enough. All right, let's see. Let's continue. We're fucking learning about pinball today, boys. Right on.
And we're going to look at 6 games that do this to various degrees of success and failure. Bayonetta, God of War, Ultra Kill, Ninja Gaiden, Streets of Rage 4, and Devil May Cry 5. I'll be talking about these games in terms of my experience with them, and I'm sure there will be lots of disagreement depending on how much importance you personally place on scoring systems in general.
It's not that we will disagree with you, it's just that you're flat out wrong, and we're going to dive into exactly why this is the case.
I place no importance on scoring systems if they have...
Real talk, maybe try some pinball. They have really developed scoring. Yeah, maybe. Fucking pinball. The problem is there like a pinball machine that's timed? So for example, it's like you have 2 minutes, get the most score in 2 minutes. Or not a machine, because I'm not going to fucking play a machine. Is there like a video game pinball that's like that? Because I need the time limit. I don't like infinite games in any way. Any kind of infinite games. I need like a short session where I can like maximize my score. Is there something like that? Pinball Effects has a mode like that. I'll look into it then. Alright. Why does he keep including DMC5? Why not, dude? It's a big style game. Yeah, it's called playing 2 minutes before closing. Yeah, fucking pinball speedrun before they kick you out.
No tangible impact on gameplay. And like in the pinball example, I see scores as something to aspire to once the game has done its job in making you fall in love with the way it's designed to be played.
See, this is a big conflation. He's conflating scoring and fucking style meter. They're not the same, Mayo. They're not the same. This is gonna fucking cause problems for sure. Because styles are not something to aspire to. Style meters are there to nudge you towards something like a different play style. Scoring is the fucking play style that you end up with. So, you know, if you don't make the separation between the two, it's gonna get really fucking confusing really quickly. Because then Ultra Kill's ranking system is a bad ranking system because it caps out really early. Meanwhile, something like Garega's scoring is fucking shitty supposedly because it doesn't like it doesn't really present itself until you're really good. I don't know. Well, I guess okay, Garega is a bad example because you literally get extra lives, but like Ketsu's scoring system, for example.
A scoring system and or style meter is not a substitute for engaging gameplay. You should be able to remove the entire scoring system and still have a game that encourages dynamic and skillful play.
There's also a mode where you have a limited number of flips, but imagine you don't that's the fucking survival horror of pinball. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's a bit much for me, gotta say.
Through its natural sense of challenge and fun.
Once again, the style meter is not a substitute for good gameplay. It's just the cherry on top.
The style meter isn't, but scoring, it's not that it's a substitute. Well, it kind of is a fucking substitute, because you can have shitty survival gameplay, but good scoring. And it can be legitimately really, really good. But with style meters, they have a very low cap. No one fucking cares about them at all. Once they get past like a certain point, a certain level, right?
I don't know why you insist on stretching the style meter's purpose like it's the very thing that holds one of these games together.
When a player picks up Ninja Gaiden for the first time and plays...
Because he's thinking of scoring. He's thinking of scoring, not fucking styles.
...on normal, or God forbid on hard, level style ranking is the last thing on your mind because you're too busy trying not to die. There's so much to learn in the first level.
Yeah, me too, buddy.
And then, when you do actually get pretty good and you start doing things like parries, air combos, using orb charges to level up your attacks to cause other enemies to drop even more orbs, you're playing in those fun, stylish ways because it has a real benefit during combat. Then, at the end of the level...
You T-spamming, god damn it.
You get a Master Ninja ranking instead.
He's right, too. That's the fucked up part. God, Ninja Gaiden, dude.
Instead of a pathetic Ninja Dog ranking. And that's nice. It doesn't really mean anything.
Are you retarded?
What do you mean it doesn't mean anything? It's your rank based on how good you played. What the game is doing is giving you feedback based on what you did. I mean, you literally...
Yeah, but he's saying it doesn't mean anything in terms of like gameplay benefits. I think it doesn't mean anything to him, essentially.
Compared Ninja Dog to Master Ninja, so surely it should mean something. That just adds on to the whole dopamine release mechanic that I mentioned earlier. Something like a rank in Ninja Gaiden is there to encourage you to play better.
Okay, I think the music is a little bit too loud. Let me, I don't know if it's because I'm not a game dev, but at a certain point, the game analysis goes so deep. I just got to be like, okay, I'm gonna go outside. No, you're just fucking rational and reasonable. That is just what happens. You gotta be fucking idiot and obsessive to engage with this fucking level of game analysis, and for no fucking reason.
Once you do that, it encourages you to maintain it. Now keep this criticism in mind because we'll be going back to it at a certain point.
And your stylish, intelligent play has evolved out of your love for the game you're playing.
The one nice the one nice thing about being a game dev is that all this fucking bullshit theory actually does get tested. You can actually put it to a test to some extent, and you can actually see how it works out. Not even in the sense of like you release a game, you get feedback, because that's confusing. But like you develop a game and you see what kind of theories actually help you, and what kind of theories are literally worthless. What's this battle of midwits? This is Brother Near versus Under the Mayo, the great showdown. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck Mayo is talking about through his haters. Also, kind of evaluating the extent of the hate.
Ninja Gaiden's ranking system is ultimately arbitrary, as it adds nothing to the gameplay.
But the rank you gain is based off of the gameplay you did on the level. Have you ever taken that into consideration?
Well, but it doesn't add anything back to the gameplay. That's his point. All right, this is very bad faith. And you know, it's very easy to be bad faith to fucking Mayo because he's so confusing and often incoherent. But this is too fucking much. I can tell what he's talking about.
I mean, gee, it's no wonder why the title Ninja Dog exists, because you do terrible.
Another game that does this sort of low-impact style ranking is Streets of Rage 4. You're engaging the combo system, using defensive specials, pulling off flashy attack sequences, because you're trying to stay alive, and you're going for point bonuses that eventually give you extra lives that you desperately need to make it through the level as you're learning the game, provided you're playing on an appropriately challenging difficulty.
I could hear him adjusting his glasses on that one. Exactly. He's like fucking like an anime character. It appears you have made a massive mistake.
Your points per level also add to an overall total that goes towards unlocking additional playable characters. Maintaining a long series of attacks gets the point multiplier to increase, which makes you want to keep your offense going. But if you get hit at any point, the multiplier disappears and you'll lose all the points you would have earned if you had simply allowed the multiplier to expire naturally. Defensive specials drain your temporary health, but long combo attacks recharge that health hit by hit. Grabs are very powerful and have invulnerability frames, and greatly contribute to the point multiplier while you're racking up damage, but they do not recharge health drained by defensive specials. Blitz attacks are very powerful and at times abusable, but have recovery frames that open you up to enemy attacks if used at the wrong time. There's a lot of reasons to engage in the systems of Streets of Rage 4, apart from the style ranking at the end of the level.
Okay, so yeah, here there's a conflation because he's saying, okay, the Streets of Rage 4's ranking implementation is good because the main game design is good. The survival design is good. I mean, you could say that, but that's kind of fucking... It doesn't say anything interesting, right? It's like, oh, the survival is good. Okay. If his point is just make good survival, that's true, that's good, but it's not interesting in terms of like criticism of style rankings or like anything about their implementation or just... Yeah, whatever.
How Mayo will go in depth to explain how Streets of Rage 4's combat system works, but he did not give that same treatment to Ninja Gaiden. Like, he could have talked about the different weapons, the enemy types...
Come on, dude.
...imposed the advanced combat mechanics like just frames and move recoveries. Like, this should tell you that Under the Mayo is heavily biased towards Streets of Rage 4.
And...
True.
Speaking as someone who doesn't care about rankings, I feel good about achieving an S rank.
Okay, he doesn't care about rankings, but he likes the S rank. Why? Is he going to interrogate this?
Feel good about it now because I've already put in my time falling in love with the game and how it plays. What?
Yeah, that's my reaction too, to be fair.
What the fuck? Wait, so let me get this straight. You're telling...
The fuck... I cannot unhear the glasses adjustment. Let me get this straight. Your argument is... Alright, let's hear the guy out.
...me that an S rank in Streets of Rage 4 makes you feel good, but not the Master Ninja rank in Ninja Gaiden. You know what we call that, Mayo? Double standards. You see, earlier you criticized Ninja Gaiden's ranking system as arbitrary and it adds nothing to the gameplay. Why not apply that same mentality towards Streets of Rage 4? The S rank in Streets of Rage 4 tells you how good you played overall, which is literally the exact same purpose of the Master Ninja rank in Ninja Gaiden. So now, I'm gonna have to ask you to...
keep that same energy.
So there's a sense of...
So Mayo's saying that the reason he enjoyed a good ranking here is because is because the survival difficulty was good, and he he engaged with the survival difficulty, and the ranking is like a nice little cherry on top. Like he felt like he performed well, and the game like reinforced that he performed well. Why they have such a seething hatred for Mayo? Why they're so petty and personal about it? Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, it's fucking crazy. People fucking despise Mayo. Jesus Christ. Even like, even if everything he says in this review is true, like, come on, what the fuck, dude? Jesus.
Satisfaction upon seeing that S. Streets of Rage 4's ranking system is a reflection of the points you gained, but you're not actually aiming for that. You're aiming for high individual level points to gain enough extra lives to survive to the end. And the style ranking at the end...
Okay, so the style ranking to him is good because it's literally, like, just irrelevant. But the problem is he's gonna give it a fucking C rating, I think. No, Mayo! What the fuck? Okay, so, Ninja Gaiden and Soar ranking is good because it just tells him good job. He never has to think about it. When he played well, he never has to think about it. God, survival wise. If his name was under the soy, the hate would be. If his name, he would preempt the hate because a lot of these fucking videos are a little like just peppered with fucking soy jacks. Jesus, I think his ultra kill opinion and others made him the enemy. It's just whatever, dude. I don't care much for ultra kill, but the audience is very defensive. They found the one game. They played one hardcore game, and now that's their fucking identity, I suppose. Jesus Christ. I feel like if people get the perspective and under the Sayo. under the Sayo, okay. Oh, dare he like Streets of Rage more than Ninja Gaiden? Yeah, like, come on, fucking just don't be so petty.
Simply tells you how well you've done that.
And simultaneously, Ninja Gaiden's ranking system is based off the points you gain by going into fights and doing challenges. Once again, proving my point that 1, you lack the ability to research, and 2, you have double standards.
Dude, your research skills are subpar, you fucking filth. Like, come on, dude. Alright, I mean, sure, whatever, just say that, but, I feel like that's becoming the focus of the fucking video over the main crit. But let's see. My problem with criticism of Mayo by Ultra Kill community is that they view him as an enemy and trying first insult him and only then give a criticism. Yeah, exactly. That's what it feels like so far to me as well. It's pretty crazy.
You call it Ninja Gaiden.
And that's the problem. If you treat people like this, then you actually do miss the good points they have. If you don't extend charitability, especially, actually, the big problem is a lot of people have unique opinions, actually. A lot of people have unique opinions, but are kind of messy in how they express them. And if you approach them with no fucking sense of charity, they're very easy to dismiss. Like, you see this a lot in fucking philosophy, where you have to reread the same thing 20 fucking times. You're like, what the fuck did he just say? But then after you get it, you're like, oh, well, that's kind of interesting. You know, it's... I'm not saying fucking under the Mayo as a philosopher, but still, just... You gotta fucking approach it charitably if you're gonna give proper criticism. Otherwise, it's very, very easy to knock points down.
Ranking system arbitrary, despite the fact that Streets of Rage 4 literally does the same thing. See, this is something that I noticed when it comes to Under the Mayo's videos. It seems as though
see, exactly. This is a good point. I feel like this guy is so pissed at Mayo that he felt like he said Streets of Rage 4 does not have an arbitrary, like, meaningless ranking system. But I don't think Mayo said that. I think Mayo said that both of them have a pretty arbitrary ranking system, but they both feel like, oh, this is nice, when he feels like he does well survival-wise. Like, he's literally grouping them into the same category, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, it's like low-impact style systems, Ninja Gaiden and Streets of Rage 4. So you know, I don't think he said that they're fucking distinct. And this guy's just fucking blasting him immediately because he's not treating him fucking charitably at all. And of course, the Ultra Kill footage. See, this is my fucking analysis. Well, the Ultra Kill B-roll betrays your preference of Ultra Kill.
doesn't think before he speaks, or maybe he doesn't look into his own scripts, which
That is true, though. Jesus. Oh, fuck. He's... the script thing as well. He's spitting now, I'm afraid.
it seems as though he doesn't think before he speaks, or maybe he doesn't look into his own scripts, which I'm pretty sure he does do scripts, and if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But even then, he doesn't think before he speaks. How does Mayo not realize that the points he makes on Ninja Gaiden completely contradict what he's...
See, he's completely right, but he's not right about the correct thing. Because this is not contradictory, but the Resident Evil fucking shit was where Mayo said, okay, the head inconsistent, well, or not inconsistent, but the randomized hit stun isn't inconsistent. It's just probability. He said that, and that is like a clear fucking example where it's like, okay, Mayo, read your fucking script. But this is just this guy being uncharitable.
saying now. Why can this game do that, but not this game? Double standards, ladies and gentlemen. As long as a game has something that Mayo cares about, said game is better than another.
It's not a goal in and of itself. Bayonetta actually has individual combat encounter rankings, and then a ranking total at the end of the level. And again, like the other games I just mentioned, it doesn't really mean anything.
Because it's not Streets of Rage 4, Emmer.
But then you literally fucking say that Streets of Rage didn't mean anything. Okay, hold on. I gotta investigate this. This is like the most fucking charity anyone has ever extended to Under the Mayo. I swear to God.
Your love for the game you're playing. Ninja Gaiden's rank, your temporary health, but have recovery frames that open you up to enemy attacks if used at the wrong time. There's a lot of reasons to engage in the systems of Streets of Rage 4, apart from the style ranking at the end of the level. And speaking as someone who doesn't care about rankings, I feel good about achieving an S rank. I feel good about it now, because I've already put in my time falling in love with the game and how it plays. So there's a sense of satisfaction upon seeing that S. Streets of Rage 4's ranking system is a reflection of the points you gained, but you're not actually aiming for that. You're aiming for high individual level points to gain enough extra lives to survive to the end, and the style ranking at the end simply tells you how well you've done that. It's not a goal in and of itself. Bayonetta actually has individual...
Okay, he hasn't said it yet. Well, whatever. Okay.
Right?
It has some nice limitations on it, like decreasing the value of attacks that you overuse, penalizing you for using potions. Playing in smart, stylish ways yields you a bunch of halos that you can use to unlock new attacks and items to help you during combat. So there's a decent incentive to try to earn as many as you can.
I'm figuring out the scoring system of Bayo, so this is very interesting to me, but no one really talks about Bayo's scoring system. It's pretty fucking crazy. That's the crazy thing to me, because it feels like any game with a fucking style meter just immediately gets thrown into the fucking dumpster in terms of scoring. Ultra Kill has a pretty solid scoring system. Like, well, maybe, I don't know. It seems like it, right? But there's literally no videos. There are fucking videos. There are videos of people scoring Metal Slug. Have you guys fucking seen Metal Slug scoring? Look at this. Look at this. Okay, this is a bad example. One sec. Okay, hold on. Let me. I know more about Metal Slug 1. Well, look at the length for starters. You can immediately get like a gulp. You know, like there's something going on here. Something fucking evil is afoot. Then you go here. Okay, here's a good fucking example right here. There are people scoring fucking Metal Slug. There are people engaging with this bullshit. And there are no people playing Ultra Kill for score. Ultra Kill score. No damage, style points. Fuck, I don't know what this means. I don't know how much that is. Shit. Oh, this is the boss. Oh, this is the... Okay, this is the boss. He's gonna fucking stack coins to quick kill the boss. Cyber grind. Yeah, there's pretty much nothing. There's like P ranks. There's cyber grind records, which is survival. But there's no fucking proper scoring. It's crazy. All right, you get the point. It's fucking ridiculous.
Where I think it fails is in your starting combat.
Same deal with Bayonetta. There's nothing. No one knows how to score beyond getting P ranks. I mean, they kind of do. They kind of know like which attacks are better. They know some general principles, but no one actually pushed Bayo scoring properly, as far as I know.
Bayonetta gives you so many attack options right at the start that not only is it overwhelming to the point where I don't even want to add new attacks to the list as I'm trying to learn this game on a first playthrough, but I also feel like I don't need these extra attacks since the normal difficulty is so easy to mash through anyway.
Then how come you never criticize pinball for being...
Wait. I need to listen to this again, because it kind of zoned out a little bit.
Incentive to try to earn as many as you can. But where I think it weighs, again, like the other games I just mentioned, it doesn't really mean anything.
Because it's not Streets of Rage 4.
So like the other games I just mentioned, games he just mentioned, it doesn't mean anything, because it's not Streets of Rage 4. See, like, the not being fucking charitable. Anyway. Damn, man, you streamed the night I have to work in the morning? Ah, shit, dude. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think Ultra Kill players are more likely to speedrun due to Quake lineage. That's true, but I would like the way I expected it to go, right? The way I expect it to go, like 99% of the players do not give a shit about score, or like 99.9% of the players. But there's like 0.1% players who fucking grind the shit out of the levels and get like records and shit. But there's nothing. There's fucking nothing. ACB Mage.
Am I right?
It has some nice limitations on it, like decreasing the value of attacks that you overuse, penalizing you for using potions. Playing in smart, stylish ways yields you a bunch of halos that you can use to unlock new attacks and items to help you during combat. So there's a decent incentive to try to earn as many as you can. But where I
Dude,
think
my fucking COVID cough is getting worse somehow. It got much better, now it's getting fucking worse. I'm gonna die soon.
fails is in your starting combat options. Bayonetta gives
So the way the scoring fails is in your starting combat options. Do you play any fighting games? No, unfortunately. I did play Melty Blood Actress again, and even before that, and I played a decent-ish bit of Tekken 7, but other than that, I haven't really gotten into any fighting games. I really should. Everyone fucking around me is like, dude, fucking, you've been playing this new fighting game? I'm like, no. They're like, damn. It's like I'm missing out, you know? Fucking FOMO kicking in. Anyway, Bayonetta scoring fails. Bayonetta scoring sucks because too many moves? Or let's see. See, the problem with me I want to try out more fighting games, but most of them are fucking expensive, and I don't know if I'll commit to any of them. I don't think it's because of the audience of Ultra Kill is not aware of scoring is other than the thing arcade and ancient console games did. Yeah, well, I think it's because the style gets them to see the scoring as a nudge instead of like the end point. Because I talked about like how the style is a nudge, scoring is the end goal. And because there's like an emphasis on the style meter, they see score as just like an extension of that nudge instead of an end point. To rephrase previous clown brain garbage, rankings can give players that just want to do well a point to tap out, where score is a goal to keep aiming for. Yeah, well, with ranking, it's like, okay, we're showing you how to play correctly, and then you're on your own after you hit that like low cap. That's the thing. Okay, try some KOF 2002 or Third Strike on Fight Game. I did play a little bit of Third Strike. I gotta play it more actually, because I love the style of it, but you know, can't really say much about the mechanics yet. You have to get a certain score to unlock secret levels in Ultra Kill, but people usually stop there, and it's pretty easy. Right.
Any attack options right at the start that not only is it overwhelming to the point where I don't even...
Oh yeah, see, that's the problem, right? Scoring, people like get that, hit that cap, and they're like, oh, okay, I'm done here. Like, scoring doesn't matter anymore. Even though scoring is meant to be a fucking end goal.
Want to add new attacks to the list as I'm trying to learn this game on a first playthrough, but I also feel like I don't need these extra attacks since the normal difficulty is so easy to mash through anyway.
Then how come you never criticize pinball for being complicated? You literally claim that the average person will play pinball for the first time solely for learning how to play it, and not for the high score. Why not apply that same mentality towards Bayonetta? And speaking of Bayonetta, the whole "it gives me too many moves" argument is kind of subjective, but he acts as if it's a concrete flaw in the game. Is the beginning moveset overwhelming? Sure, maybe for some people.
Yeah, this is true. I don't know what the fuck Mayo's point is. Well, he has 2 points. One is that it's complicated, which I guess could discourage him, but it's not really a big I guess his point is that the list of movement, the move set is so expansive, and like its relationship with the ranking is so ambiguous that he looks at it, he's like, I don't know. And then the second point is more concrete, which is that he can do well despite not paying attention. He can just like mash. He's not gonna die from mashing.
You said, Mayo, when you talked about pinball, your first playthrough is to learn how to play. So what's stopping you from learning Bayonetta's mechanics? And another thing, mashing through Bayonetta is not really possible, because there's literally some instances in the game where if you do mash your way through it, that can actually fuck you over really fast. And I'm not even just talking about the boss battles. There's literally normal enemy types that can kill you if you try to mash your way through them instead of playing smart. Lastly, you said earlier that playing style...
I think one of the problems in these kinds of videos is they take mashing a little bit too literally. I don't know, though. Maybe Mayo means it fucking literally. You can't literally... I guess you could literally mash in Bayo as long as you dodge well. The only obstacle there would probably be the flame enemies. But then you can stay away from them and still fucking mash. It would be harder than playing better, So, I don't know. But I do feel like when you say like, oh, I mashed through this encounter, it probably doesn't mean that you literally didn't pay any attention to your moves. It probably just kind of means that you paid the minimum amount. It wasn't like you weren't like properly exploring all the mechanics at your disposal. You didn't feel like enough pressure. That's what I fucking mean anyway. Maybe I'm just using it wrong.
Stylishly, and Bayonetta rewards you more halos for you to unlock moves and items, which gives you the incentive to play more stylishly and unlock as many as you can. Wouldn't unlocking those moves and using them help you even further to getting more halos? Just a thought. Just play.
Oh yeah, see that the Mayo's standard. No gameplay benefits to scoring good. Okay, good implementation as gameplay benefits for playing good halos. So Mayo should acknowledge that this is good. High level of survival challenge. Alright, so it's hitting 2 points, I think. Bayo, at least on hard mode. Oh shit, my favorite parasocial friend is streaming. Aw, shucks. I gotta open fucking OnlyFans soon, dude. I think they use mashing, they perhaps mean bad autopilot mode. Yeah, just kind of like a general feeling, not necessarily the act of literally mashing buttons. I don't know. It's just, see, this is one of those things where if you approach it charitably, you can kind of get there might be a point there, but if you feel like being a dick, you can really fucking debunk Mayo.
Fortunately, on the hard difficulty, there's more need to unlock additional moves, so engaging...
Mayo doing this fucking thing, then just talk about the hard difficulty. I guess the problem with Bayo is that it doesn't let you play on the hard difficulty right off the bat. But then mention that as a fucking flaw of the scoring implementation. I don't fucking know. See, the problem... Again, we can come back to this. Devs, he's like criticizing the scoring system implementation by saying that the games are too easy. So, I mean, is that the problem with the scoring? I don't think so. I think it's the problem with the games just being too easy. I'm not sure how the fuck I'll use these notes. Maybe it's just literally to help me keep track of what the fuck is
the style system will get you some more halos. I only wish this kind of pressure existed as an option for new players who wanted it. Here's the thing about Bayonetta. Since the game's highest available difficulty for a new player is pretty damn easy, there's really not much to discourage people from mashing buttons.
Oh, okay, so he does bring it up. Alright, Mayo fucking owned me. Holy shit.
And doing a bunch of random bullshit to pass every combat encounter.
Once again, there's literal enemy types in Bayonetta that prevent you from mashing buttons, so that either tells me that you played on easy, or you're just lying about how the game...
Nah, normal mode is really fucking easy, gotta say. I gotta be honest. Normal mode in Dude, I hated Bayonetta on normal mode. I fucking hated my experience with it. It was just like a fucking random mashing mess. I fucking hated it. Like, it's so easy that you don't have to learn anything. And, the other problem is that the enemy encounters just go by so quickly that you just go through fucking set piece to set piece and just get annoyed by the fucking QTs. Then once you hit hard, the actual encounters start getting more challenging, and they get longer, they get more challenging. You're like, oh shit, maybe I should actually fucking learn how to play a little bit. Is that weeb Mayo hater? Yes, big Mayo hater. Mayo has internalized the idea that the normal mode needs to be platonic ideal of game balance. Well, I think it's fair to criticize games for their normal mode if the normal mode is the only one available by default. I think unlockable hard modes deserve to get some fucking shit because it's just fucking annoying. Like, why can't they start like Bayonetta? I could have dropped Bayonetta after playing normal mode because I hated it so much. It only like the game literally changes on hard mode.
Mechanics work. There are certain enemies that force you to dodge, and you cannot activate which time against.
There's not much pressure.
Like if Bayonetta didn't have this legacy, other people being like, "Oh, dude, this game is fucking awesome," I probably would quit on normal mode. I would be like, "That's some bullshit." You know, I wouldn't really feel any compulsion to explore it because I really hated my first playthrough. Like I probably wouldn't review it because that would be kind of stupid. But still, I feel like that's a pretty valid criticism. If I reviewed it, I'd criticize it for the locking hard mode, but then still play the fucking hard mode.
On you to play the game well, like there is in Ninja Gaiden and Streets of Rage 4.
No. If you don't play well in Bayonetta, you take damage, and by taking damage, your overall rank decreases. So that is factually incorrect.
Okay, but this is circular, right? Because he's saying the problem is that there's no incentive to play well besides scoring, and it's not a valid rebuttal to say like the scoring is the incentive.
Also, I love how you just now destroyed your own argument about how Ninja Gaiden's ranks are pointless because you literally just said that Ninja Gaiden pressures you to play better.
Agreed, but just mentioned the game needs to unlock hard mode from the start. Move on to the hard mode. Yeah, exactly. That's I mean, you can even harp on it, but still, you got to move on past fucking normal mode at some point. Mayo has literally said the first playthrough is important. Very washed. Well, it is, but you not for critics, right? Hopefully for critics, you need a fucking higher standard. If you're a player and you're like, oh fuck this, based on the first playthrough, that's understandable. And if you're a developer, you probably care a lot about the first playthrough. But you can't, as a critic, unless I guess if Mayo was more direct, he's like, okay, I only cover like the learning experience, or primarily cover the learning experience.
So there's that risk that players...
I don't know. It's tricky. I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with it. It just has to be contextualized correctly.
They simply not pick up on the interesting mechanics of Bayonetta because they aren't necessary for beating the game, until you unlock the hard difficulty where they become insane.
If I dislike Nier Automata, will Bayonetta be as bad? No. Play Bayonetta. Bayonetta is a lot better. Normal mode would probably be as bad, but once you get past that, especially when you play like fucking Angel Slayer and Non-Stop Infinite Climax, it gets really fun. Bayonetta is really solid. A really solid game.
Mainly important, and you have to engage in them to beat the game.
Even though you said earlier that playing more stylishly rewards you more, so adding in more moves would only improve on that. This logic especially applies to other games like DMC5.
That's when a player can truly fall in love with how the game is meant to be played.
Yeah, it's normal to dislike Automata. Exactly. It's such a shitty fucking game, dude. I prefer Legend of Korra, Platinum's Legend of Korra, to Nier Automata. That's how much I dislike it.
And you can start caring about a meaningless ranking system. And I think a big reason for Bayonetta's disconnect between stylish play and its actual gameplay design, at least on the normal difficulty, is the recharging health system. If you're not going into Bayonetta immediately with the mindset of, I'm going to try to get a high style ranking, you'll notice that if you finish a fight with low health and then go into the next fight and die immediately, you respawn at the beginning of that fight with full health. I think that's a really poor design decision.
Okay, I should clarify. I'm only talking about the combat. The story and stuff is probably good. I don't know. 2B has a fucking banger design, you know. The music's good, the graphic, the art style is good, but the combat, dude, I cannot fucking stand Automata's combat.
One that
Nier Automata critique one, I don't know. I can't. I'm not gonna play it long enough to critique it properly. That's the thing, right? I don't want to fucking put the effort in.
I have regularly criticized in the new God of War games.
Why is it bad game design to respawn with full health when Bayonetta literally punishes you for dying by lowering your rank? I mean, I took this screenshot of one of your endgame screens.
Well, but that's what he's saying. There's no other incentive besides rank. The point is that the rank isn't like... he's not motivated by rank. So he's saying that the rank is being used as a crutch for bad survival design. And I think it's a good point, but it's a good point about survival design, not about rank.
For a reason. In this screenshot, you can clearly see that he took a lot of damage, so ultimately he just destroyed his own argument by showing this.
I thought the music and graphics of Automata were bad. I only played for 2 hours to look at 2B's booty. Damn, fucking respectable to be fair.
The whole point you made about how Bayonetta's ranking system doesn't do anything has been completely destroyed by this very screenshot of one of your endgame screens. Mayo, I'm gonna have to once again ask you to
Keep that same energy.
If you can simply refill your health by dying immediately in the next fight and respawning, then you've been robbed.
Do an improper review just to rant. Get yourself cancelled. Go crazy. Nah, if I'm gonna be a hater, I gotta be like a proper hater. I fucking play games I hate just to hate on them better, you know?
Of the satisfaction of finishing a fight with high health.
yes, dumbass, because you died. And when you die in Bayonetta, your overall rank decreases. Do you get it now?
It feels great to make it through a tough combat encounter, having taken.
Yeah, this is missing the point of the critique. Well, this is like two fucking tiers of problems. He's missing the point of the critique. Mayo's critiquing fucking survival, not scoring implementation. So I don't know. I hate all of this that's happening on my screen right now.
Little to no damage when there's a reason for it. In a game like the original God of War, you had to find health refill stations. So if you left a fight with a lot of health, you were going into the next fight in a good position. It made you want to protect your health and play smart, due to the consequences of leaving a fight with low health.
And Bayonetta also has consequences for taking damage. Once again, proving my point that you have double standard.
No, survival consequences, not fucking scoring.
So if I could
Dude, I'm doing the fucking thing now where I pause it. Wrong. And just move on, you know?
one change to Bayonetta, it would be to remove the refilling health mechanic, and instead tie health regeneration to the torture attacks you can use once you get a full magic meter.
Are the OG God of War is good? I don't know. I gotta find out. I gotta play God of War 1 and 2. Because people who generally have pretty good taste are like, oh dude, you gotta play like the hardest difficulty mode. That's the fucking real shit. And I don't know yet. I haven't played them.
That's something I love about Bayonetta. If you get hit, you lose a lot of your magic meter. That drives you to want to be defensive in combat.
No. Bayonetta always forces you to go on the offensive. The closest thing you can do that's defensive is Witch Time, and even then, Witch Time literally lets you go on the offensive. So once again, that's factually incorrect.
And if you can get enough magic...
Wait, what the fuck is that exchange? Hold on, this is a...
So if I could make one change to Bayonetta, it would be to remove the refilling health mechanic, and instead tie health regeneration to the torture attacks you can use once you get a full magic meter. That's something I love about Bayonetta. If you get hit, you lose a lot of your magic meter. That drives you to want to be defensive in combat.
No. Bayonetta always forces you to go on the offensive. The closest thing you can do that's defensive is Witch Time, and even...
No, come on, you can't fucking say this bullshit. You can't say this bullshit. If you want to fucking play defensively in Bayonetta, literally just fucking run into a side of the corner of the fucking room, either taunt to recover your MP, and then use torture attacks, or just fucking charge your pillow talk or like sword, or just stay away from the fucking enemies and just use the fucking charged attacks. Yeah, the two people seem a bit confused. Exactly, that's exactly what I'm fucking. But then the problem is nothing under the Mayo set actually addresses the problems. So you know, like I said, the whole thing is just a fucking mess.
Then, Witch Time literally lets you go on the offensive. So once again, that's factually incorrect.
And if you can get enough magic to execute a torture attack, you'll do a lot of damage. And I think this should also refill a small amount of health.
Straight catch. I didn't see anyone with a good taste hyping God of War up. Jesus. Then Paul Allen immediately after, God of War 1 and 2 are a goat. Jesus. Fucking chat is spicy today.
This would put pressure on you to play better, engage in more of the game's mechanics, and build up your magic meter for the big attacks more often. You'd be protecting your health bar more, and refilling the health bar more as a result. That way you'd feel good about leaving a fight with high health and...
Health for torture attacks. Okay, I'm thinking. Would I fucking hate that? I think I'd rather not have it, but the problem is that there's already stupid ways to recover health, and the health for torture attacks is a lot better than what's there. Defensive play equals playing defensive. Huh? Okay. Wait, what do you mean by that?
Taking that high health into the next fight. Working for your health, whether it be through...
Oh, you're playing... I think you're replying to Sora, who said, defensive play, be a coward. Well, you know, if all is fair in war.
Combat or exploration is much more satisfying than getting it back for free, with the only downside being that you negatively affect an arbitrary style ranking.
Look, you make a good point about how health regeneration should be, but the ranking system is not arbitrary if it punishes you for screwing up. It's literally one of the points you make in your best case scenario of a game that features a style meter.
No. Well, see, okay, god damn it, I hate this. Because Mayo made the fucking mistake of focusing on survival, and now this guy probably justifiably assumed that Mayo's talking about the internal punishments within the scoring system, and as a result, you get this fucking mess, this whole exchange.
I mentioned the...
Playing defensively is just playing aggressively badly. Well, not if defense is good, dude. Fucking, I think in Mayo, if you do the whole pillow talk charging strategy against some encounters, you will literally finish them faster than if you play aggressively. Fucking Jesus.
Classic God of War games, so let's...
And the fucking time requirements in Bayonetta are crazy. They're very high, or rather, they're very lax.
Let's get into those. I'll stick to the original game. God of War doesn't have a level-by-level ranking system, but it does have somewhat of a combo-style system during combat. It doesn't go any further than some encouraging words popping up on the side of the screen.
Technically, that is a ranking system of sorts. God of War's combo system is similar to how games like DMC5 and Ultra Kill pull it off. The only difference being that it shows you the amount of hits, and with every level you reach, you get more orbs.
What you're looking at is the orbs, since orbs are used to level up your magic attacks and especially your blades, giving you access to higher...
I just realized he's using MK Ice and Fire's gameplay. Did he even play God of War? What? Okay, I don't even know what the fuck that
damage
is.
and useful attacks.
Soy meter, hit them with the soil and limit break. Alright.
That deal devastating damage or can be used for long combo extensions, thereby giving you even larger orb bonuses. Getting hit...
Dude, who in this exchange, including me, isn't fucking soy? Name a single non-soy individual in this whole three-person fucking exchange that's happening on stream.
Causes your combo to end, so there's an
I
incentive.
feel like it's literally just like the biggest fucking nerds pointing the finger at other fucking massive nerds. You're a fucking soy boy. Then the fucking other guys like, you're like the fucking Spider-Man pointing at each other shit, you know?
Incentive to play defensively, but large multi-hit attacks rack up lots of hits for high orb bonuses, so that's an incentive to play risky and offensively. It's a nice balance. You're given a limited number of attacks and shown immediately that you can unlock more with these red orbs.
Let us take a moment to truly appreciate how correct he was about how God of War's mechanics work, because for some reason
Holy.
he cannot apply this logic to literally...
Dude, he is salty. He is salty. Oh, fuck. I think he's salty about Ultra Kill, baby.
every other game he talks about. Cosmic Disaster, Thy Name is under the Mayo Style Meters video.
20 seconds into the game, you're piecing this stuff together. Okay, limited moveset, long combos give me orbs, orbs unlock more moves, don't get hit or your combo breaks. Got it.
Just keep that in mind when he starts talking about DMC5.
God of War also offers a hard difficulty.
Yeah, I guess well, the difference here is he's saying like the fucking the combo here is just the means to an end, which is getting more orbs, which is getting more moves. But yeah, that does apply to fucking DMC and Bayonetta, of course.
Setting for new players who want to be held accountable.
The orb shit is it's such a fucking bullshit incentive, quote unquote. You can literally like farm them if you wanna in all these fucking games. Well, except I don't know if God of War probably does, right? You can literally farm them if you fucking want.
For their combat.
I think that's like the most worthless fucking incentive out of all the incentives he's bringing up. Because, doing more damage for a higher combo is pretty cool. Getting more magic for a higher combo is pretty cool. But this is just fucking stupid.
Decisions.
There's also the very hard difficulty that you left out of the discussion, because it would go against the argument you made in your DMC5 review where you thought the harder difficulties being locked was a stupid idea.
You are not allowed to select hard on your first playthrough.
Oh, yeah, he is salty. He is salty.
Which has a really negative impact on a first-time player's experience if there's...
Oh, shit. Is he gonna argue against this? Let's see, because I agree with Mayo fully.
Someone who likes being challenged.
Keep that same energy.
Now, God of War is certainly not a perfectly balanced game. There's plenty of things you can exploit, and if it were remade today, I would want to tweak it a bit. But what I appreciate about God of War is that right at the beginning...
Wait, what the fuck was that point? So literally just like Mayo... so it is just like Mayo's stupid. He criticized DMC for this, but not God of War. But the video is not even fucking about this. Come on.
They show you what the benefits are of engaging in the combo system.
And Bayonetta doesn't? The fuck is your point here? Why can't you apply that statement to Bayonetta? Because there's too many movesets at the start? Even if that is true, that doesn't mean you can't learn it.
And in my personal experience, I wouldn't have experimented nearly as much with the deeper aspects of combat if I had...
Mayo did get fucking debunked there. Gotta hand it to Mr. Brother Near.
been shown early on that my performance was directly tied to my ability to upgrade my weapons and unlock new attacks.
There's also a certain other game that does this that you'll later criticize for, but we'll get to that in a second.
Dude,
If God of War
he is a fucking Devil May Cry 5 fan. Oh my god. Ultra Kill and DMC5. He has a fucking bone to pick with Mayo.
an end-of-level ranking system, I would welcome it.
No, you wouldn't, because by your own logic, that would be arbitrary.
And I would shoot for a high score because the game already, in my opinion,
Okay,
does a good job of
I feel like that was important. I feel like that was important. Probably not going to be fucking important. Let's see.
But the deeper aspects of combat if I hadn't been shown early on that my performance was directly tied to my ability to upgrade my weapons and unlock new attacks.
There's also a certain other game that does this that you'll later criticize for, but we'll get to that in a second.
If God of War had an end-of-level ranking system, I would welcome it.
No, you wouldn't, because by your own logic, that would be arbitrary.
And I would shoot for a high score because the game already, in my opinion, does a good job of getting me interested in how it's supposed to be played.
So why is pinball any different? You're kind of being inconsistent here, Mayo. Are you playing games for the first time to get a high score?
Yeah, see, this is a little bit... I don't even know if it's inconsistent. It's just fucking confusing. What does he mean he would shoot for the high score? Would he actually, like, try to improve his performance past the cap, even? Or does he just want to... Or does he just want to play, like, well normally and then be like, oh, that's a nice fucking S rank. Oh, let me just grab a hold of that. I don't know. It's very ambiguous. I feel like this point that he said where it's like, you know, the bad scoring system is arbitrary is the one that he needs to explore the most. Sounds like something written by AI too. Oh god. Imagine that. Imagine I'm like fucking sitting here for like 2 hours reacting to a fucking AI video. I would fucking kill myself. Holy shit. That's like the most wasteful thing on the fucking universe.
Or not. But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, now we're getting to the real shit. But in order to properly acknowledge this, we must switch to a certain game for B-roll. That's more like it.
What I appreciate about God of War's XP-based combat system...
Okay, people try scoring a little already on their first run. Yeah, sure. But then, well, see, the fucking... I don't think they score. They kind of score, but, like, the point isn't scoring. The point is, like, playing stylishly, and the rank is just a nudge. Because they're not going to fucking go out of their way to figure that shit out at all. It's Bog Hug is also, yeah, true. Not gonna lie, Mayo's biases towards games show heavily. I don't think that's necessarily bad, but he need to be more honest about it. Yeah, that's the problem. He's not very direct about that stuff, but yeah, it's very obvious in which way he's biased. I feel like it's like, you know, if he plays a game in a bad mood, if the audience pressures him into playing a fucking game, he's like, he goes into it just kind of expecting to hate it, and that colors a lot of his perception.
Supposed to be played.
Which, you know, I would also probably feel like. If you motherfuckers forced me into playing God of War or something.
So why is pinball any different? You're kind of being inconsistent here, Mayo. Are you playing games for the first time to get a high score or not? But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, now we're getting to the real shit. But
oh shit. I didn't hear that the first time. Ooh. Oh fuck. Hey Bog Hug, do you like NTR? What the fuck are you asking me, Sword? Jesus Christ.
In order to properly acknowledge this, we must switch to a certain game for B-roll. That's more like it.
What I appreciate about God of War's XP-based combat system is what I don't appreciate.
Sora, I know that's you fucking spamming the 100s. You can't do that after dropping the fucking banger in chat. Jesus. Dropping the atomic bomb in fucking chat.
About
his Resident Evil 6 review was nuclear, yeah. But the thing about that one is, I don't even know what to fucking say about that one, because he's kind of correct with the fucking campaign. Like, he's not talking about the combat at all, because the combat is good. But when, you know, I understand exactly why he would be pissed off at the fucking campaign. Yeah. NTR is a weeb's way of saying cuckoldry.
Devil May Cry 5's.
Mayo, you can't be serious right now. You just admitted that you have double standards.
Wait,
this has to be a joke.
Wait, Mayo debunked? Hold on.
I would shoot for a high score because the game already, in my opinion, does a good job of getting me interested in how it's supposed to be played.
So why is pinball any different? You're kind of being inconsistent here, Mayo. Are you playing games for the first time to get a high score or not? But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, now we're getting to the real shit. In order to properly acknowledge this, we must switch to a certain game for B-roll. That's more like it.
What I appreciate about God of War's XP-based combat system is what I don't appreciate about Devil May Cry 5's.
Mayo, you can't be serious right now. You just admitted that you have double standards. This has to be a joke, right? If this is a troll, then thank God. But if it isn't, then this really is not a good look on you at all. You cannot just say something like...
See, if this was like less mean-spirited, the video, this would be really funny. Because this guy's like fucking just seething hatred of Mayo.
And act like you don't have double standards. In that very sentence that you just spoke, you said that it's okay when God of War does it, but not when DMC5 does it. That's very much biased of you to say, and it's fucking baffling.
All I can do is speak from my experience. I bought Devil May Cry 5, the game started with only basic moves like God of War, so I was inspired to unlock more, but it gave me 100,000 orbs at the start that I was able...
This fucking stupid bullshit. Bayo got the fucking DLC or whatever, like the special edition shit, and he just got the fucking orbs, and he didn't think, there might be something going wrong here. He just rolled with it. You may, fucking stop. Then again, it is a problem with Capcom that they didn't make it clear. Like, imagine if it just randomly fucking gave you like an overpowered weapon and didn't even specify that it's an overpowered weapon. It's like, okay. I mean, it is kind of a problem on Mayo's end that he didn't research, but also it is kind of stupid that the fucking game did that. You're terrible because you are incoherent with your gaming opinions. It's true. It's like they fucking drag people through the mud just because of fucking gaming disagreements. And it's not like the thing that bothers me the most is it's not even like even anything fucking special, because so many reviewers are like this that they will just fucking say shit. Like the fucking IGN Sifu versus Wanted Dead review is full of this kind of stuff where it's like very inconsistent.
To use to unlock all the attacks that I needed.
Alright, so first of all, I'm gonna assume that you bought the 100,000 orb
He's probably just 16. That's probably true, yeah.
microtransaction, because there's no way that you got that many orbs at the start of the game without buying that, which makes your argument disingenuous. And secondly, what makes this argument of yours even more disingenuous is that 100,000 orbs is nothing compared to how many you need for literally anything else. Not to mention that you're only on the abilities tab when you're on Dante's menu. There's an entire list of things you can unlock besides in the abilities tab. Mayo, you're overlooking some pretty important details here.
So
damn, he's like taking the tone I take with fucking Mayo. Watch out. I don't know. I don't know what to respond to that because I don't remember anything about fucking DMC5. Maybe he's correct. Hopefully he's correct, because if he's correct, that's a good point.
as a new player unfamiliar with this franchise, I was fighting enemies and seeing this style meter that gave me an orb bonus, but I didn't feel like I needed orbs anymore.
Bullshit. In your own footage, you only have over 40,000 orbs. You're not rich, my guy. Also, adding on to have 100,000 orbs is nowhere near enough for all the upgrades and abilities. The only character you showed for this was Dante. What about characters like V or Nero? You're once again overlooking some pretty important...
Oh, come on. Why would... Alright, let's be real. We're not gonna fucking unlock moves for... We don't have to unlock moves for V. He's not... He doesn't have to unlock... Let's be fucking real here. Come on. Nero? Yeah, sure. Why not? But V, come on.
details.
I already had everything I needed, and the highest available difficulty is normal, which is laughably easy in most cases.
Now, here we have Mayo complaining that DMC5 has luck.
True, fucking true. Okay. So, see, that's the problem. Mayo, just focus on that. Focus on that. Normal is too easy. I couldn't pick a higher difficulty, and as a result, the scoring, the incentive structure broke. That's all you have to say. Why fucking go through all this fucking bullshit with the currency, you know?
To difficulties. And in his DMC5 review, the reason why he hates this is because it's a bad practice towards people that are looking for a challenge. And I say to that, I think the point of the locked difficulties is that that's a reason on why you can keep coming back to the game and playing. After you beat the game on normal, you get the harder difficulty, and once you beat that, you get another challenge.
Oh yeah, why not you get like slightly harder than that, slightly harder than that? Why not like go why not have difficulty for every single 1 point incremental fucking stat that the enemies have? Come on, this is a fucking stupid argument. This is like the most bullshit fucking type of padding replayability possible. Literally, wait. Okay, I'm too good for normal. Why should I fucking waste my time with it? I've beaten normal in the previous games. Why should I fucking waste my time? I've beaten normal in this game. If I fucking play it again, I'll probably have to replay normal again. Well, not in this actually, because you can actually you can unlock the hard mode by beating Urizen or whatever the fuck his name was. But still, like, why the fuck do I have to replay normal? Why? I fucking beat DMC3 so many times in the past. I got the HD collection. Oh, I gotta fucking play normal. I gotta play hard. I gotta play fucking... I think DMD unlocks after hard. So, thankfully, I don't have to play fucking very hard. Why? What the fuck is the point? Literal fucking waste of time.
Challenges upon challenges in DMC5, and it gives you a huge sense of replay.
Why should I play a boring game first to start the interesting one? Exactly. That's the fucking problem. Literal fucking waste of time.
Value. And what exactly?
And it's not like the game literally changes. Like the enemy layouts change. A lot of the mechanics literally get unlocked. It just whatever.
Exactly is wrong with that. What's wrong with the game giving you an incentive to keep coming back and playing? There's so much.
The problem is that it's not an incentive. It's forced on you whether you want it to or not. And it's if you don't want it, it becomes a complete waste of time. And it becomes a waste of time that serves as fucking padding until the game you actually want to play.
Content and challenges in DMC5 that it's honestly revolutionary, and the harder difficulties being locked only gives you a reason to come back once you unlock them. But no, I guess that's a bad thing according to Under the Mayo. Fucking stupid.
So if you, see then okay, so imagine you have the highest difficulties unlocked from the get-go. If you have no reason to play the lower difficulties, then they literally are fucking filler. Like, you think about what you're fucking saying. You literally wanted padded out playtime. You want the fucking playtime to be padded out. Why? God damn it, I hate this. I hate this. This is like the biggest fucking problem, all these character action games. Every single one. What about if the game comes with difficulty modes locked, but you can unlock immediately with a cheat code? I love that. I love that in Devil May Cry 3, because when I would replay it, I would just enter the cheat code. I would be like, okay, let's just go for fucking very harder DMD. And then in HD mode, they did a little trolling. They did a little bit of fucking prank. You can't save, and you get locked out of fucking saving if you enter the cheat code. Just lock me out of fucking Chivos. I don't care about Chivos. Let me save, please. I beg you. I don't want to fucking play normal mode. I don't want to. I fucking did it so many times. Why? I didn't even want to fucking play it the first time. God damn it. TBH, some people don't view hard mode as the true game and ignore it. By making it unlockable, they want you to push you into trying. Yeah, I don't care. I don't fucking care. Like it's like or you gotta suffer because other people don't want to fucking play harder modes. Like, well, come on. At least just give us cheats. Just fucking give us cheats that unlock everything. It worked fine. I'm fine with like taking the fucking L and people calling me a cheater because I skipped through the easier difficulty modes. I don't give a shit.
So right from the outset, DMC5 sabotaged its introduction when it was supposed to be showing me the importance of stylish play methods.
Yeah, because you bought a microtransaction, you moron.
I did eventually unlock a hard difficulty, and I started to feel more pressure to play in stylish and creative ways, but it was out of a need for survival, not because of a style ranking that, at that point, meant very little in terms of gameplay, except for the free Sin Trigger attack for Dante.
DMC5 style meter is not useless in any way. First of all, the higher your rank on the style meter is, the more orbs you get. The amount of orbs you get is also factored by what enemy type you kill. You clearly haven't spent all your orbs on all the upgrades based on your own footage.
On top of all that, it feels very easy to get a high style meter just by doing random stuff and spamming moves.
No, DMC5 style meter...
Boghog told me in the comment, screw character actions. I think I will just give up trying character action games. I will just stick to Monster Hunter. Come on, if you fucking can tolerate Monster Hunter progression, you can tolerate character action games. Come on, dude. You can't be fucking playing Monster Hunter and being fine, and then play Devil May Cry and Ninja Gaiden and being like fucking oh, this is too much filler for me. Come on.
Has a
fucking Monster Hunter heads are gonna attack me for this one.
Function where it prevents you from gaining style points when you spam certain moves, so that is once again factually incorrect.
Unlike Bayonetta, where the hard difficulty starts with a fresh save option, DMC5 starts you with all the unlocks from the normal playthrough, so you don't need to worry about engaging with the style system to unlock necessary abilities.
Oh yeah, that's another thing, Mayo. If you hypothetically could start DMC5 on a harder difficulty rather than normal, you would not beat the game. Period. The reason why is because of how the game gives enemies major buffs on harder difficulties. If DMC5 didn't carry your purchases from the previous...
Hold on 1 second. Human, son of Sparta. Yeah, son of Sparta is son of Spurdo is the one, I think. Okay, I lost interest, but the point is, I think he would beat it. But also, the broader point is that design fucking sucks. I hate it. Literally fucking grinding. Literal fucking grind. It's like hitting the fucking level cap before you try the hard mode. You know? Come on. Why defend this? Why?
Playthrough.
I know why he's defending it, because he hasn't fucking played arcade games.
New playthrough on a harder difficulty, then you would essentially be soft locked. So that's why the difficulties are locked.
Or enough of them, you know.
Thanks for further proving my point that you don't know how to research.
You already have them.
Clearly.
I play at least 50 hours of Monster Hunter a month, and I'll be honest, he's right. Me or Sora? Monster Hunter heads won't attack nobody. They're busy grinding. Hell yeah.
You don't.
Fortunately, when you get to higher difficulties, the game opens up, and there...
I guess maybe with Monster Hunter, it's more deliberate right away, right? Because on normal mode in DMC, there's fucking nothing going on. With Monster Hunter, it's I was playing Rise, and you know, if you just try to mash or something, you're gonna get fucking your ass kicked.
There are real benefits to playing in more interesting ways, and it has nothing to do with getting a high ranking.
Yes, it does, because once again, if you spam the same moves over and over, your rank would not go up. Although, another thing is that you brought up the difficulty in this part. You do realize that difficulties don't affect how the style meter works, right? Regardless of what difficulty you play on, the effects of...
When I'll try DMC, I'll play from 1 to 5. Skip to obvious. Dude. Let me try to... Fuck, where is it? Shit. The joke is... I can't... Something like this, maybe? Fuck, I can't find it. There's like a fucking combo mad of Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry. Is this the Dumb and Dumber discussion bit? Hell yeah, dude. Dumb, Dumber, and Dumbest, which would be me. Bog's trying to two-pill me. Yeah, dude. Fucking Devil May Cry 2 is the most goated one, secretly.
The style meter remain the same. Quit with your misinformation, Mayo.
I made it far enough to eventually see the depth of DMC5, but I couldn't blame someone for playing the game once and dropping it, feeling like it's a mindless button masher, because
I want your character action game recommendation. You do not want my character action game recommendations, because they're just literally God Hand, Ninja Gaiden 2. Maybe Bayonetta. Maybe Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. That's it.
how it insists on presenting itself, even if ultimately it ends up being something far
Devil May Cry 3 as well, actually. I like Devil May Cry 3. Just has a lot of fucking annoying shit.
from it.
Again, it's not for button mashers, especially on the harder difficulties.
Which brings me to Ultra Kill.
Oh boy, here he comes. Okay, let's keep fucking
What
going.
about Wanted Dead? Wanted Dead is now officially a 3D run-and-gun. Haven't you heard?
A game that
One thing for sure, I don't want Mayo to review my game, even if he ends up liking it. Oh, Jesus. Fucking the Mayo haters are coming in.
proudly promotes itself
I don't want this filth. I don't want this fucking Mayo residue all over my precious game. Alright,
as being
jeez.
inspired by Devil May Cry. And I'm sorry, but I think this is a really poorly implemented style ranking system. I don't think Ultra Kill is a bad game. I think it's a decent, cool game that has some fun stuff if you really go looking for it.
Says the guy who made an entire board game purely made to mock Ultra Kill's mechanics.
Holy.
But this isn't about the games overall. This is about the connection between their ranking systems and their gameplay. First of all, like DMC5, and honestly, a lot of
Or lack thereof.
it has the same exact problem of your starting attack option being way too powerful.
No, it's not that powerful. And the only
Okay,
reason
I
say
don't know
that is
what the fuck they're gonna be talking about.
because the charge shot.
The fucked up part is I played Ultra Kill and it's still confusing to me. I don't know what the fuck Mayo just said. How is it too powerful? What?
I would like to tell you that by using the pistol only that you'd limit all the points you get on style meter, but I don't think he understands how these types of games work anymore.
Well, no, the point is that he rejects the style meter, okay? It's been enough of the video that you should understand that he rejects the style meter. But, you know, you can still probably argue that the pistol is not that good.
Also, DMC...
Do you recommend the King of Dragons? Yeah, sure. It's pretty good. My favorite beat-em-ups aren't... it's not one of my favorite beat-em-ups. It's pretty decent. It's very simple. It's like a demonstration that you can... If you have like solid enemy design and solid dynamics, you can have a really fun game with literally just one attack, a block, and a jump.
5 having an overpowered starting weapon? What are you smoking? None of the starting weapons in DMC5 are overpowered. They are nothing compared to what you can unlock later on, especially when you take the unlockable difficulties into consideration. Quit lying, Mayo.
See, now the problem is that no one fucking defines what they consider to be overpowered. Because again, I don't think Mayo literally means overpowered. I think he means that it's not weak enough to force him to switch, whatever the fuck that means. And of course, no one's gonna describe exactly where the threshold is. So you know, we're literally fucking shooting in the dark.
An infinite ammo pistol that charges into a multi-hitting railgun shot, and combined with your insane triple dash mobility options and super easy health refill, it ends up trivializing all the encounters in the early levels, and even later levels. So if you're not playing this game with the expressed goal of getting a high ranking for fast completion time and weapon style, the default pistol is the solution to every problem, so who cares about these other weapons?
Aside from this dude's gameplay making me want to cut my eyes apart with a pair of scissors, I love how he tries to prove his point by using the pistol on the weakest enemies in the game. Like, oh yeah, trust me bro, the pistol is overpowered in Ultra Kill simply for the fact that you can one-shot cannon fodder. Like, this is so disingenuous, it's almost baffling. Like, why don't you try using the pistol only on things like the Mind Flayer or the Cerberus, or even the bosses like King Minos, V2, and Gabriel? I bet you money that you're gonna die a lot just by using that weapon alone in those certain cases.
You might say, well,
I don't even know what the fuck to say about this. This is literally like I don't know what anyone fucking means by overpowered or not overpowered. Is just like mush. It's fucking mush. I mean, could he just survive with the fucking weapon? Could he rely on dodging? I don't know. Maybe. Balancing is the most subjective thing ever exists. Acts like an objective metric. That everyone acts like it's an objective metric. I assume you mean. Yeah, it's like what is overpowered? What is too powerful? What is not powerful enough? I guess that literally depends on your experience. So what he's saying is that he felt like the pistol was good enough. You know, why he felt that way? That would be an interesting fucking discussion, but, you know, he doesn't clarify. And this guy he, like, I don't even know how I would fucking respond to this. Just ask him to clarify what it means to be overpowered. Or just talk about, yeah, how do you fucking prove it wrong or correct, right? I don't even know. You, like, maybe try using it against fucking powerful enemies versus a different gun? I don't fucking know. There's clearly not balanced games. Yeah, but the thresholds... we're talking about thresholds, right? We're not talking like the absolute fucking ends of the spectrum. We're talking about like how much is too much or how much is too little. You know, how little is too little, and that's extremely subjective.
Getting a high ranking gives you extra credits to unlock alternate versions of future weapons.
No, I'd say that by aiming for the highest rank on all levels and by doing the challenges, you'll be rewarded for much more than just alternate mods for the weapons. There's also a sense of exploration that you can do in these levels to find secrets, and I'm not just talking about the secret orbs. There's secret weapons.
Rewarded by what? You can make a good point here. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should know. Maybe it's like a spoiler.
And a lot of Easter eggs. Did you know that? Bet you fucking didn't. Even Ultra Kill did a better
Bet you fucking didn't.
exploration than Doom Eternal. Although, now that you mention it, getting the highest rank on the end of levels is not a bad excuse. And before you tell me it is, I could apply that same logic to Streets of Rage 4. But yet you feel good about getting a good rank on that game, but not Ninja Gaiden and Bayonet? But for some stupid contradictory reason. But
well, see again, the problem of the video is he's talking about survival. You should reply as it pertains to survival, because Mayo's criticism is that the survival is too bare bones, and the scoring is a crutch to compensate for bare bones survival. You should attack the idea that the survival is bare bones, instead of attacking the idea of, like, instead of bringing up the score, because he's already, like, fucking dealt with that. He has disposed, he has read your mind and moves. Bayo is one step ahead, brother. And you do not want Bayo to be one step, fucking Mayo to be one step ahead. Oh god, how many times have I fucking said Bayo instead of Mayo? Jesus, it's over. Overpowered move would be one that overrides all other tools in every situation. Okay, but that is very, very literal. I don't even know that such a fucking move exists. Like, even UTs in Ninja Gaiden, UT spam isn't overpowered in that sense. And even then, what does it mean to override all other tools in every case? So, for example, you could have a move that always works really well, but then you have other moves that work a little bit better for harder execution. Mayonetta. Mayonetta is my favorite character action game. True.
next he does make a good point about how Ultra Kill's
Pistol only run exists.
mods are too easy to unlock, so I'll be skipping that.
Yeah, but how hard is that? That's what I want to know. Like a good like proper rebuttal here would be like proof or rebuttal is this guy doing like a pistol only run and then doing a run with just a more powerful weapon or something. Gonna hand out. Wish the best to your game. Thanks, and yeah, I'll see you later. Assume another shmup. It's gonna be a rail shooter type of thing, and I'm working on beat 'em up as well.
That too.
To which I would say, even if you play like an idiot, you'll gain enough points to unlock them because they don't cost hardly anything. It's not like God of War is, or how Bayonetta and Devil May Cry try to be, where they show you a bunch of moves that you really want to unlock, and they're dangling them in front of you, tipping you to try to get more points. No, they are gradually presented to you, and by the time they're available, you already have enough points to buy them, even if you haven't been playing very well.
And again, who cares about these weapon upgrades? The pistol charge shot is working just fine.
Yeah, on literal cannon fodder. Now use it on tougher enemies and bosses. Also, didn't you say that Streets of Rage 4 has an abusable mechanic? You never really implied that that's a bad thing.
Okay, so his criticism is that like even if he's playing poorly, he can buy all the upgrades. I mean that's valid. He's not addressed in this. The anime man is fucking cornered. How will he get out of this one?
So the thing you're criticizing Ultra Kill for, I could apply that same argument to Streets of Rage 4, since you never implied that was a bad thing.
And because of the terrible
In Dark Souls 3, for instance, the dodge is better than almost all other defensive tools. But it isn't. It isn't. It isn't. FF. It isn't. Think about this, right? If you can consistently and just consistently misdirect an attack, you'll have more time to counterattack. You can already start counterattacking mid-swing, and then you can punish more. So if you, for example, if your goal is to finish the boss quickly, then the dodge isn't actually overpowered, or it doesn't override the tools. Parries as well. You can parry, and then as a result, you can directly counterattack. Not in Dark Souls 3. Okay, I haven't played Dark Souls 3 that much, but I feel like you probably can. You can do it in Elden Ring, and Elden Ring is fucking ridiculous with its boss strings. There's got to be, and of course, sometimes it's better to literally just like space yourself and attack with magic just out of range. So it's very it's very conditional. You know, it's very hard to tell oftentimes. Rolling in Dark Souls 3 is so fast that the time is negligible, I guess. Well, negligible, true, but you know, when we're talking about like the objective possibility space, you know, the fucking big brain shit, I don't know if you can neglect it that easily.
Weapon balance, infinite ammo, insane.
Like if you're doing a task, the fucking roll, the extra time from the roll probably wouldn't matter, right? So it's conditional, and then you have to think about, okay, which standards am I using? Unless you're a speedrunner, rolling is mostly the most approachable defensive tool. Yeah, exactly. Unless, yeah, see, now you're adding conditionals. So you have to decide what the conditions are, what your standards are for evaluating this type of balance and shit.
Mobility, and super simplistic AI, you aren't pushed into the interesting mechanics through actual gameplay. You don't end up playing in creative and smart ways just because you're trying to survive, eventually resulting in a high style ranking as a natural consequence.
First of all, the weapons being unbalanced is not really true. While they do have some really useful techniques and are capable of one-shotting, well, weak enemies, they aren't spammable. I've seen someone say that the projectile boost on the shotgun is very overpowered and spammable, but they never consider that ability has a cooldown of how many projectile boosts you can make, so that gives you a window of opportunity to switch your weapons. There's also an entirely different mechanic called shotgun swapping, where if you combine that with projectile boosting, your combos are going to be super deadly, and the style meter will greatly reward you for that. Some have also said that the malicious mod in the railgun is greatly overpowered, but once again, that weapon has a cooldown as well, which, once again...
Yeah, see, there's a problem here, which is something I see a lot with discussions about game mechanics, where people focus on the individual mechanics instead of the dynamics. So they will say something like, okay, there is a benefit to... there's a benefit to using X and Y. There's a benefit to using this weapon. There's a benefit to using combos. But they're not looking at like the risk-reward dynamics of these things. So, for example, what's a good example I could fucking use? God, my fucking mind is blanking out. I guess Dark Souls, what we're talking about, right? Misdirecting. Misdirecting has actual benefits. You can say like, oh, if you don't roll, you can actually punish a bit more in, like, say, Elden Ring, right? But then the problem is they're not looking at the risk-reward dynamics, because the amount of risk associated with it is so high, it outweighs the dodge by so much that it's like, and there's no formal systems encouraging it or rewarding it anyway. So it only matters if you're speedrunning. If you're not speedrunning, it's probably just going to be too risky. That's the problem. So you have these, so you have people focusing on like the pros and cons of mechanics in as isolation, not looking at the risk-reward dynamics, and not looking at how they're rewarded within the formal system of the game. And that becomes a problem when talking about whether something is powerful or less powerful. Because on paper it might be, but in actual gameplay it's not going to be.
Again, encourages you to switch weapons. Even the charge shot on the pistol, the very weapon you are criticizing.
on paper, one-frame parries will be amazing in a lot of games, right? But if you can't consistently implement them, if no one can consistently do them in practice, then they wouldn't be overpowered.
For being overpowered has a short cooldown. Why not take that to your advantage and switch to another weapon that has a nice technique? Hell, I learned something while recording this video. Apparently you can fire a grenade from your shotgun, switch to the malicious mod on the railgun, and essentially what that does is make a nuclear explosion. That's cool. I never thought of combining the shotgun's grenade with the malicious railgun until I heard about it. This game has so much depth into its mechanics, and it's fucking amazing. I bet Mayo didn't know any of these mechanics existed, because he solely focuses on how powerful the pistol supposedly is in his eyes, even though in most of his footage, he's using it on cannon fodder to prove his point. Truly a thought-provoking argument, Mayo.
See, here's the problem. Mayo didn't talk about, did he beat the game? I don't know. This guy didn't talk about whether he beat the game, because I don't think anyone knows whether Mayo beat the game, so it's kind of hard to argue pro or against. If Mayo legitimately, like, stuck with the pistol, beat the game, with the fucking pistol, didn't have too much difficulty and anything, like, how are you going to debunk him? What are you going to even fucking say? That's, a valid experience.
Your argument is so bad that it made me discover...
Dang it, did Boghug roast me after I spoke stuff about I don't hate Monster Hunter, I just can't get into it.
A mechanic in Ultra Kill that I didn't even know existed until now. Also, resulting in a high style ranking as a natural consequence? I'm sorry, but what? That's an oxymoron.
Mayo beat the game with a mixture of tools in Act 2, he liked it in the end. But So he's criticizing fucking Act 1 and like parts of Act 2? I don't even fucking know.
Boron, if I ever heard one. Why is a high rank a consequence? I could apply that same logic to Streets of Rage 4. You literally admitted that one of the mechanics in that game is abusable. God, this video is so fucking bad.
The best way for...
Well, you could apply the same logic, and he would fucking probably agree with it because both are arbitrary. At that, but he said that they're meaningless. Ultimately, he just feels good because he didn't have to do anything extra. So the rank just like popped up. He's like, oh, that's nice. I felt like I did good, and the game acknowledged me doing good. Whereas with Ultra Kill, he felt like he did good, presumably, but the rank punished him. So he feels like there's kind of a bullshit system that doesn't really track how he feels like he performs, I suppose. I think that what you said applies well to Ketsu empty locking. It seems like it would ruin the scoring system, but since it's so hard to pull off constantly, it actually doesn't. No, it doesn't ruin the scoring system because a lot of the dynamic. That's one of the things I was talking about today, actually, where because scoring is like kind of future proof. It has built-in fucking safety nets against glitches and like kind of busted stuff like that. Because once you find the busted stuff, the question becomes like, okay, how do I optimize my usage of this busted stuff? A good example of this would be in Bayonetta. There's the Kilgore glitch where if you swap to the Kilgore weapon during a combo, you do a lot of combo points and you do a lot of damage. And it's really, really efficient if you only want to. I said it doesn't. Yeah, but you said it doesn't because it's so hard to perform. But even if it was easier to perform, the scoring would kind of like suck it back into itself, you know? It's like future-proof. It gets reincorporated into the meta again instead of overriding it. With Mayo, the Kilgore glitch, if you only care about the ranks, the Kilgore glitch kills the ranks in most circumstances because it becomes trivially easy to get PP ranks on score. PP ranks. But if it had like it does have a proper scoring system. If you care about the scoring system, then the Kilgore glitch is just another tool. Like the question becomes, how efficiently do I use Kilgore? How do I optimize this? You know, even if it was busted, which it isn't so far from what I've seen. What do you think of red parries? What's that? Just like enemies flashing red or fucking having like a bunch of red shit before you parry them?
New player to survive shouldn't be the dumbest, most boring thing you can do. You should at least present some kind of motivation not to do that.
The game does motivate you to.
Should at least present.
This video is so fucking bad.
The best way for a new player to survive shouldn't be the dumbest, most boring.
See, this is the problem. This is not the best way to survive. Probably this is like a good enough way to survive. So he's fucking up his own point with this hyperbole.
Thing you can do. You should at least present some kind of motivation not to do that.
The game does motivate you to not stick to the pistol. There's certain moves you can pull off that will affect the style meter and
now he's gonna get fucking debunked in real time. Holy shit, Mayo, watch out. You're gonna get fucking blasted. Yeah, Mayo did fuck up here with this stupid fucking hyperbole. Like, hyperbole, like, the best way to play. Like, it immediately loads it in, you know? Third strike, you can parry during block, but it's like 2 frames. I don't know, I haven't played Third Strike much, but like when parries are really high execution and when the reward isn't crazy enough to the reward is like middling, then the parries can be really good. Because like what I say is fucking a good parry is a bad parry. You know, a good parry is a parry that's hard to perform in a game where there's a lot better options as well available. But that still kind of has its niche, you know. Like Bayonetta, for example. In Bayonetta, you can parry attacks. You don't really have to. It's kind of more tricky. It doesn't reward you that much because it breaks your combo, but it interrupts enemy attacks. So you know and it gives you a bit more witch time. So you're incentivized, but it's not like overwhelming because you have better options to do. You are right in a sense. You are Phoenix right in a sense, but these explains do have the potential to make the scoring less fun. Yeah, that's true. That's always a risk, but that's like a badly designed scoring system won't be able to accommodate for that kind of stuff. Well, the good one will be able to, but yeah, like ideally that's what you want, right? For scoring to kind of reincorporate stuff back into itself. So no matter how much you break the main the base mechanics, it still remains fun to play for score. But he probably meant that there shouldn't be a good enough way to survive that's easier than an alternative and boring. Alternatives and boring as shit. Yeah, I think that's what he meant. I think he he felt like the fucking the shit the game was asking of him to learn all these like weapon swaps was too much. He didn't feel like learning it because the pistol was doing a good enough job, which, you know, fair enough, but worded like in the worst possible fucking way imaginable.
Points you get, like ultra ricochet shots, projectile boosts, friendly fire, ground slamming, interruptions, the nuke mechanic that I mentioned earlier. Can you do any of those just by using the pistol? No? Didn't fucking think so.
Imagine if
Dude, I fucking love the response in this game. Gives just such vitriol. It's fantastic.
Ultra Kill had limited ammo,
No.
and using different weapons caused your ammo to refill. Or what if maintaining a high style meter?
Yeah. Like the problem I have with Bayo which he demonstrated with his Mayo, which he demonstrated with his Resident Evil 4. With his Resident Evil 4 review, is that he will Resident Evil 4 remake review, is that he will literally accept any kind of way to force a varied playstyle, no matter how fucking annoying it is. He will defend stuff like inconsistent hit stun, RNG, like strict ammo limits, no matter how fucking frustrating they are and how unnatural they are. He'll probably defend color coded enemies and that type of shit. Because I don't think he has a good set of standards of what is a good way to encourage the player and what isn't a good way to encourage the player. Because based on his reviews, it doesn't seem like he figured anything like that out. Why does everyone try so hard to be AVGN? Dude, AVGN is like the legacy, the founder, the primordial video essay god.
Gave you a damage buff, making higher difficulties more manageable.
Wouldn't that make you complain more about how overpowered the pistol is or how unbalanced the weapons are? Why would you want the style meter to create a damage buff when you claim that the starting weapon is too overpowered? Mayo, you're once again being inconsistent with your points here.
Mayo, fucking watch out.
Meter tied into a health regeneration system.
The game already has a health regeneration system. Just get close to enemies and damage/kill them. That's it!
Or maybe the start...
Did the game have this from the beginning? Because I got the impression that it got added later on, after Mayo complained initially.
starting weapon could be really crappy, and the only way to get better weapons was by getting enough points exclusively through the style system.
Motherfucker, you just complained that the starting weapon is overpowered, but now you want the developers to add in a weapon that's underpowered for the sake of being underpowered until you unlock the weapons worth using? You really want the devs to pull a Doom 2016 where the pistol was fucking useless if you got literally any other weapon?
Yeah, I think Mayo would legitimately be fine with that. I think, because, yeah, he's fine with inconsistent hit stun in Resident Evil 4 Remake, so he would be fine with something like that, I believe. So, you know, it is what it is.
That's terrible game design, Mayo.
Well, you'd have to explain that, right? You can't just say that shit.
Something you are currently advocating.
No, you could heal with Bloodbath from the beginning. Alright, then, yeah, then Mayo's just fucking missing the mechanic, I suppose.
There's so many things you could do to make the stylish mechanics actually mean something. Instead, the ranking system ultimately feels arbitrary.
So a game that features specific boosts to your stylometer based on what mechanic you use is arbitrary? Your definition of arbitrary is quite flawed, Mayo. Then again, that's...
See, the problem with this fucking obsession of making scoring fucking... Mayo has peak meathead tastes. The problem with fucking incorporating scoring into survival gameplay this much, at some point it just creates a fucking feedback loop where the better you survive, the better you score, the better you score, the better you survive, the better... And then eventually fucking survival becomes trivial. It becomes so fucking easy that you undermine the whole fucking point. And not only that, but there's other issues with the fucking system. Because if you make it too strict, if you tie it too well into survival, then your scoring has to be kind of limited. You can't just dump all the depth of the fucking scoring at the player at once, usually. I mean, maybe you can. I kind of respect that if a game did that, honestly. Like, Radiant Silvergun kind of does that a little bit. But imagine if Radiant Silvergun not only required you to learn, like, proper chains, but also, like, use secret chains and get, like, fucking world record tier scores. That would be fucking insane. Mayo talking about hypothetical Ultra Kill Limited Bullets Edition, isn't he? Yep, he sure is. Yeah, I feel like he does legitimately think any way to encourage a varied playstyle is good. And I don't even know, like, I feel like I could give him hypotheticals or he would be like, okay, that's fucking too much. He needs to give himself those fucking hypotheticals and figure out where his limit is and why it's there.
been proven multiple times while he talked about Ninja Gaiden, DMC5, and Bayonetta. Man, Mayo does not know how to
keep that same energy.
And I'll admit, now that I know how to play Ultra Kill after spending hours in it, if I play with the goal of trying to get through the levels as quickly as possible and get a high ranking, I end up having a lot more fun. But the game does a very poor job of getting you to that point or that mentality.
See, this is what I said near the beginning, that the criticism is like pretty toothless ultimately. Because what he's saying is literally just, oh, you know, the game doesn't do a good job of teaching you the mechanics. Which is, you know, okay, fine. That's valid criticism, but, you know, does it undermine the whole of the game? No, not really. It's not a very interesting or very, like, a strong criticism of the scoring or, like, the basic gameplay. It's that first playthrough focus that's getting him.
Sounds like a skill issue, my guy.
Maybe if there was a timer to put a lot of pressure on you to beat fights quickly or you die...
Hey, Mewjam.
Actually make you...
We're experiencing the fucking nerd battle with me commentating and not picking sides. Well, maybe picking sides a little bit, but not for long, because they fucking they oscillate between, you know, just being completely right to being completely wrong. I don't even know. I should be keeping keeping score, you know, to see which nerd wins.
You care about beating it quickly? I don't know. Because in its current state, if it didn't have a ranking system, Ultra Kill would just be this insanely broken game with no reason to engage in all the available mechanics.
Wait, so if Ultra Kill did not have a style meter, you'd criticize it even harder for being a broken game with no purpose? Man, it's almost like Ultra Kill fits right into your best case scenario of a game that features a style meter. But no, it's just a mindless shoot-up. How can people be this fucking stupid?
Yeah, this guy missed his point. It's just... consistently, that's the biggest problem with this fucking video. He missed the point that Mayo's complaining about. Like, the idea is the consequences should happen in the survival layer, not in the scoring layer. And this guy completely missed it, and like half his points are just mocking Mayo because he misunderstood his point.
No way that this video is...
I blame Mayo, though. I blame Mayo for that, because Mayo just, like, conflates survival design with, like, he just, like, wraps his fucking survival design criticism into his scoring criticism. Mayo is the thesis, Nier is the antithesis, Bug is the synthesis. Yeah, there we fucking go.
I swear, the only saving grace this video could have is if we find out that Mayo was trolling the entire time, which is entirely plausible. Unlikely, but plausible.
And I think that's a poor way to design your gameplay, I'm sorry. Maybe this stuff would fly 20 years ago, but these days you gotta do more. Think about it for a minute. If you're an Ultra Kill player, if you had limited ammo that automatically regenerated...
I fucking hated that. Oh, maybe 20 years ago when video games were garbage. Now video games are good. Fuck you, Mayo, motherfucker. Okay, I take back every defense I said of Mayo. I hate him now. He's talking shit.
Very slowly, but maintaining a high style meter caused ammo regeneration to get significantly faster, then you would have a game where new players who aren't any good would actually have an in-game reason to get good and aim for a high style meter. And players who are already good would be unaffected, because they're already maintaining high style meters, and they'd basically be regenerating the infinite ammo which they already have right now. It's a win-win. Ultra Kill needs something like this. Without
See, but that's exactly the whole problem with fucking... Just the fucking positive endless feedback loop, where you trivialize survival. Then what, do you balance it around that fucking trivialized survival? Do you have a hard cap? How about not having a fucking hard cap? How about rewarding better players more and more and more and more until the fucking game breaks, literally fucking tears itself apart? The troika of our armchair game devs. The VOG already developed games. God, yeah, I'm a fucking armchair game dev. Well, I am being a fucking armchair game dev by doing this bullshit instead of working my game.
Kind of incentivization system, there's no reason for new players to engage in your style meter.
Do I really have to repeat the point that I made against Mayo's argument about infinite ammo in Ultra Kill? I really don't feel like it, so what I'm going to do is replay a clip from my response to Mayo's Ultra Kill quote-unquote review, and leave it at that. Well, Mayo, that's
this is a power move.
But the more I think about it, we have to dive into what kind of game Ultra Kill is. You could say that the weapons are unbalanced combined with the fact that you have infinite ammo, but you have to realize that Ultra Kill's style of gameplay is not exactly the same as Doom Eternal's, which we will get to later. But why does Ultra Kill have infinite ammo? Well, we have to look at it in a gameplay perspective. You see that scoreboard on the right? What does that mean? It's your style meter, the same kind of style meter that Devil May Cry uses. And how do you use it effectively? By constantly swapping your weapons, using all of your abilities, taking risks, and just going nuts overall. That's what the game wants you to do. You do that, you will get so much better at the game, and you will keep that score on your style meter very high. Now, if you were to hypothetically add in something like ammo management when it comes to this style of game, you would hinder the style meter's purpose, and limit yourself more than the game already does. The nail gun and railgun already have their restrictions. They have to recharge in order to effectively use them. Same thing with the coin toss on the revolver. The game wants you to take risks and go guns blazing, whereas in Doom Eternal, you have to manage all of your resources while fighting enemies. Manage your health, armor, and ammo. Ultra Kill says, fuck that. Go fucking nuts and try not to die. That's Ultra Kill.
Hey, Abel, what are you doing right now?
What is this?
Well, not anymore. Crom, take his phone.
Gotta be honest, I kind of zoned out. I kind of wasn't paying attention. All right, let me. I'm not gonna rewatch.
Yo, what the
All right, so me and Crom have designed this awesome brand new game. Check it out, man. Yeah, you want to try it?
This is gonna be.
Okay, so.
Oh
Crom, play the
no!
rules.
All right, so the game is start to finish, and then there's like a side path with all the. All right, dude. Okay.
So, you start here. Got it?
God.
Do you understand? Yes.
See, the interesting discussion would be if this guy like took this as a hypothetical and dealt with that hypothetical. Is this kind of game like okay? This doesn't apply to Ultra Kill, let's say, right? But imagine if this was a game that he was playing. Would he be fine with this, or does this, or does this like cross a threshold for him? Because this would cross a fucking threshold for me. That's for sure. Like if a game worked like this, where like all the fun stuff was optional, I would be pretty fucking pissed.
Alright, so you start here.
Will he respond to a skip?
Here.
He's
Okay.
gonna
So,
plaster a
start
fucking
here.
Squidward meme
You're gonna
on
take
it.
your character
You know,
all
that's
the way
the fucking ultimate power move.
to the end. Got it? That's it.
You know it's over when they pull out the skid. Yeah, we're like in the fucking level 10 video essay land.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Go.
Yeah. Whoa, what's going on?
All right, where does it end?
Okay, he's got a two
Where
to
does this
play.
fucking end? Why are you showing all this? You fucking skipped past his thesis. This motherfucker fast forwarded through his thesis, and now he's fucking showing all of this. Are we just here to fucking suffer? What is this? Autism. All right.
Don't worry about it, man. He just doesn't get it. This is gonna sell millions. I can feel it.
That was the most painfully unfunny skit I have ever witnessed
And he just made us fucking sit through it. Thanks, dude. I
in
love
the
it.
history of YouTube. Not only was your little board game a false equivalency to all the games you've covered,
Don't fucking respond seriously with it, dude. To it, or actually respond more seriously to it. Take it as a hypothetical. Okay, let's see how he fucking responds to it. Actually, maybe I'm judging too quickly.
especially Ultra Kill, but it was nothing but sheer absolute torture to watch and listen to. Your skits make Angry Joe look like God. Your skits make Channel Awesome funny. Your skits are so bad that I'm convinced that's why the war between Russia and Ukraine started. That's how bad your
Jesus.
skit is, and that's how painfully unfunny you all are. That was
Thank God. Oh my God.
nothing but sandpaper across my face.
Your skits caused the Holocaust. Holy shit.
And because of that, please consider the following.
Your skits are a bunch of ass.
Delete the skit, cancel your board game, and write me a 500-word essay on why your skit was terrible, and apologize. If you fail to meet these requirements within the next 48 hours, your mere existence will be considered a war crime on this channel. You should
Ben says, I fucking hate both of them. I'm being nice, but goddamn, they're both fucking frustrating. Jesus Christ.
be ashamed of yourself for creating such an abomination of a
Angry Joe is the OG. Wait, Angry Joe, wait. Oh yeah, fucking yeah. Okay, I was confusing it with Irate Gamer, which is probably a good sign of what I think of Angry Joe.
skit and an abomination.
I think that
Of
skit was
analysis on
kind of
style.
accurate, TBH. Okay, he's complaining about the skit, but he's literally doing a fucking AVGN skit right about now, except without the camera stuff. Like, come on, dude, please don't fucking do this. It's an hour long. The video is a fucking hour long. Help.
Meters. Also, you do realize that no matter what you do in Ultra Kill, you can still get style points, right? Yes, even if you only use the pistol. My theory is that you found out that Ultra Kill has one specific level where you
What?
can just skip every encounter and go full-on pacifist. And
Wait,
then
what the fuck did you just say? Mewjam, it's so funny though. Thanks, that's
you
great.
should be ashamed of yourself for creating
You
such
should be ashamed of yourself. Oh fuck.
an abomination of a skit and an abomination of an analysis on style meters. Also, you do realize that no matter what you do in Ultra Kill, you can still get style points, right? Yes, even if you only use the pistol. My theory is that you found
So wait, what's the problem then? So wait, what I'm lost. I am completely gone. Like, what is the problem with Mayo's argument then? If you can play well with the pistol, with style, and get a decent amount of style points, what the fuck?
out that Ultra Kill has one specific level where you can just skip every encounter and go full-on pacifist, and then you took that level and put it into
Okay. I'm a fucking
That's-
idiot. I'm a fucking idiot. The point was that Ultra Kill isn't like that board game. Which I mean, yeah, obviously.
Nice
That's
cherry
fair.
picking you did there.
If I had to,
The problem is just either don't engage with it at all, or engage with it more seriously. That's my take. Either just fucking cut that shit out, or imagine a hypothetical game and then talk about how would you feel about that style meter. Like, does it cross a threshold? Because to me, it fucking crosses a threshold. At that point, it's like, does it actually? Fuck, I don't even know now. Because that's the pinball example, right? That's the pinball example where you can hold the ball forever, but you're not really advancing in any way. Like, the main meat of the game is elsewhere. And I feel like for me, the threshold... For me, the idea would be like... If the game is so bare bones that you can immediately win by just doing the most basic shit, if it's so bare bones, then you can kind of give it some slack, because obviously it's just about the score. It's just about the fucking score. I don't know. It's a tricky line, because, you know, if there's enough meat to the game, then I feel like it's worse than if there's no meat whatsoever to the main game, and all the depth is because then you get these weird expectations where you're like, oh, am I playing like a proper game? Nope. The basic game mechanics are really degenerate and simple, and now I have to engage with the scoring system, which I didn't care about. Whereas if the whole game is like very, very bare bones, you immediately realize, okay, I gotta engage with the scoring system to get any value out of the game. I don't know.
Grade all these games
I want to argue like this about games I've never played.
based on their relation
Do it. I mean, just fucking get ChatGPT to write an essay for you at this point.
between ranking systems and gameplay. It would go like this. Ninja Gaiden, C+. The game does a good job of pushing the player into stylish and intelligent play, especially with the challenging normal difficulty.
Hold on, let's go back. So, Ninja Gaiden. Good scoring implementation. High level survival challenge. Yes, this is Ninja Gaiden built on top of the base challenge in a smooth way. I don't know what the fuck this means. He didn't explain, so we're just gonna ignore this. Maybe he wants scoring to be a reflection of his skill at survival. Yeah, that's... I feel like this is baked into... Okay, well, whatever. Gives you unlocks gameplay benefits. Yes, all of this is true of Ninja Gaiden. Except maybe the fucking unlocks aren't... The unlocks are fine. I don't know. Imagine playing Ninja Gaiden for scoring. Dude, some people fucking swear by it. Especially Ninja Gaiden Black. I'm curious, because... Okay, so let's see. Argue with ChatGPT. Yeah, fucking ChatGPT debate versus me. Hell yeah. Whatever. Okay, so they're doing like... It's all about optimizing UTs, pretty much. It's pretty RNG reliant, but yeah, it's like routing and optimizing UTs. The problem here is... the problem is, couldn't you literally just farm karma? Couldn't you, like, okay, here you can't do it, but like later on, where you have respawning fiends and shit, couldn't you literally like exit the area? Exit the fucking area, come back? Oh, this area actually. Wait. Oh no, I think it locks you out. I don't think you can actually... Well. Then it might actually be good. Holy shit. Holy. It's just cope scoring. Kinda is, yeah. Kinda is. It's like when you're fucking bored of doing everything else. Then you drop hit pieces on JTB. Okay, yeah, so you can only... get karma for specific enemy kills or some shit, right? Okay, then yeah, then it works. It's a functional scoring system. Alright.
And the option of a hard difficulty for new players. But the ranking system provides no benefits whatsoever. And there's no in-game style meter to keep track of how well you're doing.
The ranking system... Okay, see, this is the fucking problem of him conflating scoring with ranking. Because the scoring does give you gameplay advantages. The ranking system doesn't, but... the ranking system is besides the point. Okay.
You do make a fair point about Ninja Gaiden not having an in-game style meter, but that still doesn't make the endgame rank arbitrary. It's literally there to tell you if you did good or bad at a specific level.
God of War, B+. A limited attack list combined with combo-based orb bonuses provides solid incentive for engaging in stylish play, and the option of a hard difficulty ensures that new players can be pushed into playing smart, making them want to get more orbs through the combo system to upgrade their character faster to meet the challenge. However, weapon balance is an issue that makes it too easy to ignore the combo system once you figure out cheap tactics, and an end-of-level style ranking would be very welcome.
Too bad you don't mention the unlockable very hard difficulty I mentioned earlier, because you don't want to contradict one of your biggest gripes with DMZ5. Also,
But he's saying about he's not contradicting anything. He's literally saying, okay, because hard is unlocked from the beginning, it's good enough. That's what he's saying. So the criticism would still apply to DMC. I don't fucking know. Bog, wouldn't it be better to have an achievement instead of a fake counter stop? That if you're doing like a Devil Daggers type of thing where it's like one achievement in the game and it's a fake counter, it's like a reach a certain score, then yeah, I think that would be better. But the problem is if you have like a bunch of achievements, it kind of just fades into the fucking noise of a bunch of achievos that don't fucking mean anything to you. It has to like count. It has to be powerful, like a fucking statement, like a stamp. If anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, I toyed with the idea of like in a shmup having like a fake hard-coded counter stop, which you get a certain amount of points, and that's it. You're like, okay, buddy, get the fuck out of the game. You won. Go touch grass, or go outside, get laid. I thought about that because it's a really good ramp off for a lot of players. Otherwise, they don't know when to stop. They don't have like concrete goals to go for. So I was thinking like, okay, how about I program a counter stop, which can be bypassed in some way that's secret, So the game can still be pushed by top players, but it has like a barrier where it's like, get the fuck out of here. So I'm actually like a style board game, style video game. Not sure where's the issue. Yeah, like literally pinball. I think if it goes that far into just minimizing survival, then you kind of have to engage with the scoring. Psy Warrior is a little bit like that. Like there's no reason to. There's no real reason to score in Psy Warrior. You can just fucking clear the game your first try, no problem. There's barely anything to the game. But then once you get into that only pushed me into scoring. I'm like, what the fuck is this? What am I playing? So I tried scoring and I really fucking dug it. That's a bad idea. Spurg will spurg. There is nothing you can do with it, Bog. Well, it's not that it's not that I want to prevent fucking high level players from I think the scoring just needs a good achievement, like a really hard achievement for people who want like a solid, like a really hard challenge, but that still has a cap. That's not just survival. I don't know.
How does God of War get a B+, even though you literally criticized it for having several exploitable mechanics?
Also, what the fuck do you mean spur? Jesus, dude.
Shouldn't it get a D or C- if that's the case? Because that's the same reason why you gave Ultra Kill a low score.
Bayonetta, B-. A detailed style meter system combined with expensive purchases in the store provide a decent incentive for engaging in stylish play. And it helps that it's so easy to freestyle given how smooth Bayonetta's combat feels. The loss of magic upon being hit inspires defensive play, especially on high difficulties. However, an overabundance of combat options at the beginning detracts from the need to buy new attacks.
I don't think I need to explain why that point is fucking stupid. It's a subjective thing, but he points it out as a
I have to see what spurred means. He's insulting like half the chat, dude.
concrete flaw. You cannot say that something is objectively bad if it only affects you and not someone else.
And an easy health refill system discourages smart play by removing tangible consequences from the experience.
Dying in Bayonetta does not equal an easy health regen system, you fucking brainlet.
And the first
Well, what the fuck? Well, it does if you don't care about score. That's the whole criticism. I don't think it's a criticism of the score, but it is a criticism of the fucking checkpoints where it's like, oh, dude, I'm low on health. Let me just die real quick. That's kind of stupid, right? Having ranks that go up to a limit, but unlimited score number kind